episode 9 of Some Like It Real. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Veronica.
And we're true cinephiles who love to talk movies.
We have weekly episodes discussing the newest films, creating lists and drafts, and keeping you updated on the latest movie headlines and awards races.
This week we are back with another draft, and it's a big one. So strap in. Today we'll be drafting a few of my favorite things, movie musicals.
Yes, quite a popular topic. This shouldn't be chaotic at all, right, Bryan? Should be fun.
Maybe this time we'll be lucky, but we are not alone. We are joined by a wonderful guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Morgan Ward to the podcast. Morgan, how are we doing today?
I mean, I think you're doing wonderful. We've got puns so far. We've got a fully scripted intro. You know, what more could one want?
To be prepared. Morgan, we are so happy for you to be our guest, and we're very excited to get right into the main course. There were some big headlines this week with the BAFTA Awards, including an unfortunate controversy and the news that Paramount has beat out Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers. But we'll delve into all that in next week's episode. Today, it's all about drafting. So, Bryan, would you like to break down the rules and the categories for today?
Absolutely. So we'll each be drafting teams of 6 films, and the categories will be comedy, drama, Oscar nom, Disney, this means live action, animated, or for the real ones, DCOMs. Broadway, this means it's based on a material previously created for the stage, and a wild card pick where you could use your pure imagination and pick anything you want.
Yep, definitely won't be chaotic at all.
Who are we kidding? This is going to be chaotic with a capital C. It's time to pick the draft order. Okay, so to showcase how little prepared I am, I usually have a wheel of our names ready to go before we start recording, and I did not do that today, so apologies for that. we had so much buffer time, and yet I could have been doing that, but instead, me and Veronica were just gushing about how good the pit is this year. Yep. So we're
just pit yapping.
Pit yapping.
Love her.
My queen. So here's our names on a wheel. There's no shits and giggles with it. There's nothing significant with it. This is not a pre-recorded thing. I assure you this. So I'm gonna click this wheel, and the draft order will be revealed. So here we go.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna put it right here to make sure everyone sees. First up will be. Well. Look at that. It's me.
Yeah.
And next up will be.
Well, that then becomes like a 50-50 shot between the two of us. Literally right on it. Hello? I guess it's given.
What is it with you? That's fine. I just said to Bryan, I don't want to go first. I want to see what you two are doing first.
Bryan's been very transparent on his Letterboxd logs, and also the fact that he just keeps texting me, like, this is the thing I'm watching, then I'm like, dog, you gotta play some cards closer to the, closer. And I did like a very...
Hey, I'm just trying to make conversation, that's all.
No, and it's great conversation, but I'm also like, you gotta play your cards closer to your chest.
Oh, don't worry. Like, unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that can't log stuff on Letterboxd days after I see it. I have to log it the moment after I watch it.
Yeah, I feel unsettled if there's something unlogged.
Because then I'm gonna blow up my friends' notifications being like, Bryan logged this.
See, I can do both, but I am a master at like hiding the logs from somebody if there's like something that I'm trying to keep on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
Famously, I held back that I had watched all of Twin Peaks for my co-host Dean's birthday, until it was his birthday, and then I did like a mass log all at once. And you know, it didn't have great results, but like I can do it. Anyway.
Unless he's just been psyching you out this entire time. Those raw lies.
I'm prepared for it. I would love for him to pull out like, hey, here's this like Ginger Rogers Fred Astaire movie that I know that you've been wanting to draft this whole time, taking it first round. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, before we get into drafting, let's go around and talk a little bit about what movie musicals mean to us. So Morgan, as our guest, what do movie musicals mean to you?
This is the ultimate thing for me. I had a film professor once say that the movies were created so that Fred and Ginger could dance, meaning Astaire and Rogers. Like, that is like why cinema exists, is that like so you can watch the two of them dance cheek to cheek. And it's true. If you've ever seen that's what the art is. So like when I think about like cinephilia, to me, like you guys talked earlier, your intro, you're like, we're two cinephiles, and it's like when I think of that word cinephile, when I think of that word cinephilia, when I think about what it means to like love the movies, for me, it is all tied back to the movie musical. Like I've written extensively about my relationship to the movie musical. If I had to like count or track like the moments that made me continue to fall in love with the movies, it's most of them are musical moments. Most of them are like, right, this is what this art form is like designed to do. And then I also grew up in the theater, much like Don Lockwood. I'm a child of the theater. I like, if Lockwood and if Don Lockwood was raised doing the Ziegfeld Follies thing, I was raised like George M. Cohan doing the going around to each circuit trying a new show. I grew up as a ballerina. I grew up as a opera singer. I was a childhood opera singer and ballerina. Crazy lore that I've never revealed on my podcasts. So I know, like, I was in a fuck ton of musicals growing up, so everything, like, I know what that is, I know what that is, I know what that is, and I know what that is, because I was in that part. So, yeah. That's a lot of spiel.
Well, we love it. We love a lot of spiel. So, Veronica, how about you? What do movie musicals mean to you?
Yeah, well, Morgan, thank you for the exclusive on your lore. Appreciate that. Yeah, kind of similar for me. I refer to myself as a retired theater kid, although once a theater kid, always a theater kid. I could always be pulled back in at the slightest notice, I'm sure. Yep. Yeah, I was just drawn to singing, dancing, and performing at a young age. Mostly singing. I was a dancer when needed. But yeah, I think that movie musicals specifically are like some of the earliest movies I can remember. You know, that was just like, seemed like it always existed. Living, you know, somewhat near New York, going to Broadway was like the greatest thing ever when I got to do that. And so it's yeah, I think I have an interesting relationship to some because you know, there are some shows where I like the stage version better, some I prefer the movie, and then the ones that I've performed in are interesting because it's like I might have a stronger connection to it, like regardless of what version it is, or I might be like a harsher critic because, you know, you're kind of comparing it to your own experience of it. So yeah, I think it creates for like an interesting sort of relationship to it, but I love it. It's absolutely one of my favorite genres. It's, you know, I'm so excited to get into it.
Brian? I admittedly didn't do a lot of performing growing up. I was just someone who really admired theater from far, like as an audience member. My mother was a huge theater fan her whole life and everything, and she got me and my sister into musicals and taking us to shows when we were growing up and everything. And my dad's the polar opposite. He cannot stand musicals. My dad is not very much into musicals and everything. He likes some of them. He'll be kind to some of them, but then others he'll be a bit harsh on them. But, you know, listen, I love my father and everything, but his movie opinions aren't always the greatest. I'm saying that live on air. He's not listening to this, so it doesn't really matter. But I always get excited when a musical comes out. I am always interested to see what directions these go. Like you, Veronica, it's always interesting whenever you watch a musical, especially one that's based on something that's previously been adapted or something that later gets adapted into a production of sorts. And you're like, do I like the original more? Do I like the new one more? Yada, yada, yada. But there's something very special about movie musicals. There's something very exciting about them. We don't get as many of them as we used to, which is a really disappointing thing to say publicly. But whenever one does come around, I am very excited to see it, even if the results aren't the strongest. But this is going to be a very, very exciting draft. I've been so excited for this ever since we put this on the calendar. And to be honest, it wouldn't have been a thing if it weren't for Morgan texting me when we did our last draft saying movie musicals draft, question mark, multiple eye emojis.
It's the dream. I always want to do this draft.
I know, yeah, there's not like necessarily a reason for the, you know, movie calendar right now that we would do it now, but it was like, we mentioned it on the romance draft, like so many of those we were like, we should have just drafted musicals. Like there was so many options there. So yeah, it was like, it's a slot on the calendar for this. So musicals, it's always a good time to talk musicals.
100%. I'm so excited. This is, Yeah, I'm excited. Spiel's over. Are we ready to draft?
I think
Let's do
so.
it.
Okay. So
Let the draft begin.
so I hate that I'm going first because it's a very intimidating thing when you're the person that starts off the whole draft and everything because you obviously want to start it on a really strong note.
You're setting the tone.
Exactly. It's very
Let's go.
not intimidating at all, to say the least. But
But you also have an open field, and you can sow chaos for the two of us.
I know
Right.
I'm a Pisces and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But when it comes to drafting, this is like the one time where I'm like,
Come on.
fuck everyone's feelings. Like,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
We gotta go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
My pen's ready to cross off some things that you're gonna do some damage to, so like let's
well, hopefully our friendship isn't crossed off. That's the more important thing to me personally. So it's tough, but there's so many great first picks here that I could do. But I think it would be remiss of me to not do this first to set off the draft and everything. So I'm gonna go with comedy, and there are two films that I'm really torn between. One is pretty much the like quintessential pick, and the other one is a beloved pick, but not as beloved as the one that I'm hinting at. So for comedy, I'm gonna go with what is probably hailed the greatest movie musical of all time, "Singin' in the Rain," because it would be remiss of. I think it would have been very bad to any of us if this wasn't the first pick of the draft.
It was about to be my first.
Veronica, would if you went
It was-
first, would this have been your first
It
pick?
was high on the list. I'm probably also picking between two different titles, and that was one.
But I mean,
That's
this
okay,
is
we'll
one where it's
recover.
like,
We'll bounce
what do you
back.
say? This is one where it's like, what do you say about it that hasn't been said already? This is one of the greatest achievements in film history. Not only is it a great musical, but it's a great film about the film industry and the change that the film industry went through multiple years ago, transition from the silent era to the talkies. And, you know, I just find that period to be so fascinating. As someone who went to film school and who, like, really studied that time period and everything, I find it so interesting that we have a major film that tackles that period that also happens to incorporate something I love, musicals, into it. And the songs are unbelievable. The choreography, it's insane what they do here, and it's crazy how long they hold on the actors doing their things and everything, and we don't really see that in musicals nowadays, which is really disappointing. We get these quick cuts nowadays, but like here you got these very long, swift edits and everything, these shots and these takes and everything, and this movie is just pure movie magic. And that, as cliche as that sounds, this is literally the definition of movie magic. It's timeless, it's entertaining, it's so riveting. The three central performances are incredible. Every single one of them is great. Debbie Reynolds, oh my god, like
19. 19.
19 years old. That it's insane. Like 19 years old, and you starred in what is probably hailed as the best movie musical ever made. And then obviously your daughter went on to become this big prolific actor, and now her daughter is this talented actor as well. Great family to be a part of. Great. I don't like use.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Have you ever read Postcards from the Edge?
No, I have not. But I'm
seen the
going off
movie.
more so the career, the work that they've given us.
Professionally, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe not personally.
Give or take. But now Singing in the Rain is incredible. I'm sure you two have a lot to say about it as well. So that's going to be my first pick for comedy. So what do you guys have to say about Singing in the Rain?
Yeah, go for
fucking-
it, Morgan.
Perfect movie. This like I think I have seen this movie more times than I can count. I mean, I've seen a lot of these movies that are going to be discussed today more times than I can count. But like I've seen this movie so many times, and I've only saw it because I went to film school. Like that's what's crazy is I think I've seen this like 10 times, and I only saw it because I took a class about movies on movies, and it's the ultimate comfort movie. It's the ultimate like I'm sad, I need to put something on. It'll be this, and then sometimes it'll make me more sad. Sometimes I'll just be like, damn, I think actually this is all fake, and this is not real, and this is like love is dead or whatever. But it's also like it's so funny. I think the thing that like gets forgotten about this movie is that it is incredibly funny. Like comedy is the exact right place to take it. Because you have stuff like you have like stuff like Make 'Em Laugh, which is of course like a kind of iconic comedy number, but you also just have like the witty dialogue that's like so good. You have like Lena Lamont saying, you're like asking about him kissing, and Don goes like, I would sooner kiss a tarantula, and she goes, oh, would you? And he goes, pal, bring me a tarantula. Like, call me a cab. Okay, you're a cab. The like person, the little girl looking at Lena and going, oh, she's so refined, I think I'll kill myself. Like, it's so good. And it's so witty. And then it also has this beautiful love story, like you said, at the center of it, between Don Lockwood and Kathy, what is her last name? Kathy Selden. Kathy Selden. But then it's the love story between the three of them, between Don and Cosmo and Kathy, and it's about like the three of them falling in love just as well. And it's got like the fucking Moses Supposes sequence, which might be the greatest musical sequence ever put on film. It's so good. Oh my god, I could rant and rave about this movie forever. Only got one Oscar nomination for Jean Hagen, which I think is crazy. She lost to Gloria Graham for The Bad and the Beautiful, which is another fantastic movie about movies. Yeah, good. Singing in the Rain, good pick. Everyone should.
Wow.
Good.
Hot
Deserved.
take. Yeah, agree. Echo all of that. I don't have like a super big relationship to it actually. I had always heard of it, and it was kind of one that had escaped me for a while. I watched it for the first time a few years ago. So it's not one that I necessarily like have a super personal relationship to, but yeah, absolutely perfect. I think is this confirmed lore that Gene Kelly, I think he had like a crazy fever like the day that they were filmed the Singing in the Rain sequence, and like he just like powered through and gave one of the greatest performances of all time.
It's pure insanity. Like I remember going in that like years after I had seen the movie, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
like,
it's
he was able to do that.
He's the greatest.
He was able to do that when he was under the weather. When I'm under the weather, I just want to crawl into my bed and die.
Nope, he's had a glorious feeling, and he shared it with all of us. And it's
directed the movie. He directed the movie too. I feel like we're not like he directed the movie too, which is just the other thing. Like it was him and Stanley Donen in just crazy shit.
Insanity.
Yeah, and it's so stuff like kind of like the Dream Ballet. I feel like that's definitely something that's missing from modern musicals. I don't think that's something that we're willing to like risk anymore. But yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's just so and the satire is so smart, like you're saying, Morgan. And yeah, just beautiful movie, great musical, absolutely
incredible. Okay, Morgan, it's your first pick. What are you going to be drafting?
I'm keeping this theme going because I gotta start preserving some of my precious children. Zero Pretense in drama. We're gonna keep the Gene Kelly alive, and I'm taking what I think is the superior film, Singing in the Rain's sister film, 1951 Best Picture winner, 1952 Best Picture winner, An American in Paris.
Okay. This is in drama?
In drama. In drama, I'm taking An American in Paris. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This was one of those that I was like keeping that card close to my chest. This is a couple of weeks ago, Brian, you asked me if I had like movies that are like my favorite movies of all time that aren't in my Letterboxd 4. I was alluding to this of being like, it's not there. And that's only because in September Robert Redford died, and so I swapped back in All the President's Men.
Yeah.
An American in Paris is an all-time movie for me. This is one of those first movies that was like a discovery for me. We talk about a dream ballet. This is a dream ballet. All of Act 3 of this movie is the 20-minute dream ballet, which is what this movie is most known for, directed by Vincente Minnelli. And I've written about this movie extensively. I think it's like the pinned thing still on my blog. Like it is a perfect, beautiful movie to me about what it's like to make art and what it is like to make art when you don't. What's it like to make art for the sake of making art? The story of American in Paris follows a painter played by Gene Kelly, whose name is escaping me, but that's fine. And he is an expat after the Second World War, living in Paris, trying to make his life as an artist, and much in the style of Ernest Hemingway or Man Ray. And he's living with a couple of other destitute artists above this cafe when he meets a shop girl played by Leslie Caron. And he falls in love with her, only to realize that she's engaged to another one of his friends. And then that is kind of like their love story that plays out throughout the course of the film. And because it kind of follows these like three major artists in like kind of their artist colonies, who's also featured in the film is Oscar Levant, who's a very famous concert pianist, who is also trying to be a composer. It just has this like beating heart to it about like the necessity of art, but it's fucking sad as hell because it kind of ends with like the Kelly and Karun characters getting together, but it also kind of doesn't, and there's this kind of falseness to that fantasy of like, you kind of have to assume that like after the end of it they kind of have an ending similar to like the ending of The Graduate, where they just kind of look at each other and they're like, wait, so what do we do now? Because they've sacrificed everything, which is their art, in order to be together, and then that also isn't fulfilling for them. Yeah, I think this movie's perfect. I could talk about it forever. Do you guys have any relationship to An American in Paris?
I don't. This one has escaped me. It's been on my list for a while, but it sounds amazing.
Bryan, do you have a relationship to it?
This is also a blind spot for me too.
Whoa, I was never in jeopardy. No, I could have waited. I could have held on this.
picked it
Oh
last.
my god, I was so worried. Ready.
But I will say, a little tease for the listeners. We're going to be doing a Best Picture winner draft in a few weeks, and this is eligible for that because it won Best Picture.
It did.
So Veronica looks like we're going to have to watch
I'll
it
have to
before
catch
the
up
draft.
with it before that, yeah.
Here's the thing, is it is so worth it. It's one of those, like, it does not get the love that it deserves because Singing in the Rain has eclipsed it so much. And because, like, it's a dancing movie. This is a movie about dance. Like, this is not a movie about like, the musical numbers. It is about, you are watching Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron, who is a world-famous ballerina, dance. And most of the plot is going to be conveyed through that. And everything else is going to be real.
I've seen
real
clips
thing.
online, and I mean, it looks incredible.
It doesn't even hold a candle.
I'm excited to watch it. I was going to watch it for this draft, but I completely lost track of time, and I wasn't able to get around to it. But now I have an absolute, even more important reason to watch it very soon.
I hope that you guys watch it and love it, and please tell me when you watch it and love it.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yes, I will definitely get to that. But first, it is my pick now. And yeah, I said at the top of the draft, I almost didn't want the first pick because I have so many options, but I feel like very directionless with this draft. I'm like, there are so many different ways that I could go.
Like a lot of these characters in movie musicals.
Yes, definitely. I need a strong "I Want" song right now to give me some motivation. Okay, I think because I don't know exactly any of both of your feelings on this, but I feel like it's a pretty like universally acclaimed one, so I think I'm gonna grab that now. I will take for drama. I will go with Cabaret. This one, Cabaret. Starring, you just mentioned Vincent Minnelli. This one is starring Liza Minnelli. This one, I watched it for the first time when I did the show in high school, did the stage version. And there are a lot of different versions of Cabaret floating around. So, like I said, sometimes that can kind of like give you a little bit of a complex and be like, it's missing songs that I love, and the storylines are different, everything. But the fact that like pretty much any version of Cabaret really works. And there are a lot of different ways that it's been done, but it's the seed of the story there is just so effective. The tone of it, that as Bob Fosse directed this movie, the choreography is just like unmatched. It's what you think of usually when you think of Fosse. It just is such like its own genre of musical that's sort of darker, sexy, but so like sinister kind of vibe. So yeah, it's definitely. Like I said, I was probably more connected to the stage version, and I think it works almost better as a show because you as the audience, being in a physical space with the performers, you're so like complicit in both the fun and the horror of it. But they really managed to capture that in the movie too. So Liza Minnelli gives an incredible, one of the best screen performances ever. Yep. She's so like, I rewatched it before this. This is one of the ones I got a chance to, and I forgot just how like adorable she is for most of it. Like it's a very like sort of Sally Bowles can be played a few different ways, but she just really goes for that. Like she's just so carefree, to a fault, obviously. And so yeah, I think she's incredible. I like I said, I stage version wise, like Alan Cumming is like my MC. I got to see him in the revival on Broadway. And so like that version, and I've listened to that soundtrack more, but Joel Grey is like, he's almost this more like enigma sort of thing. He just sort of exists on the stage. That's a very cool, approach to it. And this manages to, I think with a lot of musicals, you find that you're kind of just like waiting for the next number to start. And I think this is one that actually has like a really well-crafted, well-written story, throughout the entire movie. So yeah, I think this is an all-timer. What about you guys? Do you have a relationship to Cabaret?
Absolutely adore this movie. I've been on record multiple times with saying I think that this is a perfect movie. I think this could be Fosse's masterpiece, and I think it's a horrible adaptation of the stage show. So I like if anybody had tried to take this in stage show, I would have been like, try again, redo that, because I think that he like completely misunderstands what makes the stage show so good, which means that he has completely understood what's made this movie unbeatable. Like I think this movie's fucking unreal. I love this movie.
Yeah, it stands on its own so much, just as its own drama.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, this is another massive blind spot for me, and the main reason
doing,
why.
Man?
let me finish. So, when we started prepping for this draft, I had learned that it was coming to a theater here in Jersey, screening on 35 next month. So I almost watched it for this draft, but then I'm like, but I really want my first time to be in the theater watching it. So I pushed it off and everything. Listen, unfortunately in New Jersey, a lot of cool film things don't happen. And when something cool
you gotta wait
happens,
for Jersey.
you gotta take advantage of it whenever it happens.
Yeah.
So I will be seeing it in just 3 weeks. I think it's coming here, so I don't have to wait super long and everything. But I actually, funny enough, almost saw the show on stage years ago when Alan Cumming was in it. It was supposed to be, I think it was when Emma Stone was in it. And my friend and I, we had tickets for it, but we had to back out very last minute, which I will always be pissed off for, because I would have liked to have seen, like, I wanted to go specifically for Emma Stone. Like, I would have loved to have seen her on stage. And she hasn't done a stage production since this, but it would have been really cool to see it. Now, it's important to bring up that this movie was nominated for 10 Oscars. It won 8 of them, including Best Director, Best Actress for Liza Minnelli, and Best Supporting Actor for Joel Grey. It holds the record for the most Academy Awards for a film that did not also win Best Picture.
Yeah.
It lost to that washed movie.
The Godfather part.
Godfather,
The Godfather.
That hack.
To hear Bob Fosse say it, the hack.
Yeah, no. Bob was feeling some kind of way about it.
I think about him.
But
on the
he
set
won
of
director,
Lenny.
though. He won director.
Well, this is his Triple Crown year. This is the year that Fosse wins Best Director for Cabaret, wins Best Director for Pippin at the Tonys, and then wins Best Director at the Emmys for Liza with a Z. This is like this is the year for him. I think about the story of Fosse, and this is not a movie that is going to be eligible for drafting, so I feel like I can tell the story now. When he was making Lenny, have either of you seen Lenny?
I haven't, but I know of it.
Fascinating movie. Movie. It's the movie that's being parodied and all that jazz. Not to invoke a movie that'll probably come up later.
The movie he's like going through hell editing.
Yes. Yeah. It's a movie that he made about it's a biopic that he made about Lenny Bruce. But when he was filming it, because he was like he was like on one. This is like also the year that he has the heart attack. Like he's losing his fucking mind. He was just like convinced that Coppola was like on the set of Lenny, and he was just like so paranoid the entire time. And he's like, "Where is that fucker?" It's like kills me thinking about like Bob Fosse just paranoid out of his mind, thinking that Coppola was trying to sabotage his production of Lenny.
Yeah, brilliant man, but also, like we were saying, professionally, not so much personally.
Yeah.
As he would probably say himself, if all that jazz is any indication. Okay, so yes, that was my pick for a drama. I guess I'm probably just gonna swing the other way and take my comedy now.
Love.
And this one, again, I don't necessarily have a good read on like the reception of this one or anything, but it is a personal classic for me. I'm gonna go with 2007, I believe, 2007's Hairspray.
Oh, god damn it.
Nice!
God damn it.
This one, so when this came out, I had seen the stage version. I think I didn't actually see it on Broadway. I think it was in like a regional theater or something. But like of anything I've seen on stage, this is the first thing I can remember. I was probably about maybe 8 or 9 or so. First thing I can remember being like, oh, that is like, that has now changed my personality. Like that is like just every single song I loved. Just, you know, it's an iconic sort of setup and story and everything. And the way that it's really funny, even though it's dealing with some dark stuff. And, you know, it's maybe some snotty critics might think that it's a little, you know, it's a little goofy and corny, no pun intended.
Great movie.
But if it's corny, then I'm on the cob because I love it. So it's I love the stage version. I remember when this movie was like announced, every single like casting announcement was like Christmas Day for me. Like I was like so excited, just even going into it. I had like crazy high expectations. Totally loved it in theaters. It was like, I'm sure I got it on DVD the second it came out and watched it endlessly. This is just like, I kind of the way I was leaning towards this. I mean, there's obviously hundreds I could pick from, but like this one is just maybe one of the best cast musicals. And like I said, I had such a big relationship to the story already and to the characters. So like just the fact that they like hit it out of the park with every single cast and performance here. You know, Zac Efron as Link, important to me personally.
Coming off for the culture. Important.
Yeah.
For James Marsden as Courtney Collins.
James
important
Marsden
for the culture.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Important for the culture.
Queen Latifah.
Oh my
Crazy.
god.
Yeah, they really went all out with this one, and I love it. I've probably seen this like 100 times. That's Hairspray. I love it so much.
This is a fantastic pick. That's an awesome pick. I rewatched it for this pod. I hadn't seen it in many years, and I just like this is one that I remember watching a lot when I was younger. Like I remember going to the theater with my mom and my sister to see it opening day. I remember seeing it on stage not too long after. I mean, you brought up of how it's such a hilarious movie, but then it also brings up these very important themes. And to be honest, like as I get older, I think that's something that makes me appreciate the movie a lot more, is that it's able to talk about these themes while also being a really fun and exciting musical. And yeah, Veronica, I think you nailed it on the head with the ensemble. I think like we've gotten many great musicals this century so far, but I think you could make the argument. I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Like
Morgan's old school.
I'm trying to be positive, okay? Anyway, now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Okay, now I remember what I was going to say. Even though we may not have gotten many great musicals this decade
He's revising
so
his
far,
statement.
this century so far, I think in terms of the ensemble, this might be my favorite ensemble in a movie musical that we've received this century so far, only because I genuinely wouldn't change anything about this ensemble. Like, everyone is perfect in their roles, in my opinion. And yes, some of them may not be as incredible singers as others, but I think that kind of works here. And, like, you think about this movie, and it's like, I can't picture anyone but the actress that we brought up so far. I think John Travolta is legit outstanding in this film. He is so good as Edna. Christopher Walken as Wilbur, perfect casting, genius casting. You bring up Michelle Pfeiffer, James Marsden as Courtney Collins. That's like a impeccable casting. And Morgan, I know that you're obviously like an X-Men fan and everything. So like it's very strange, like because I remember watching this movie not being as well rounded with film, but when I saw the movie, I'm like, why does this guy look familiar?
That's Cyclops, baby. That's
and
the
I was
leader
like,
of the X-Men.
oh my god, Cyclops!
That's the leader of the X-Men.
It was very jarring to see, but he's so good. Gee, Velma, how do you fire Courtney Collins from the Courtney Collins Show? They do it all the time on Lassie. Everyone is so good in this. All the songs are good, and like, it's genius. Also, shout out Allison Janney as Penny's mom.
Oh my
God, yeah. Allison Janney's so good in this movie.
Don't touch
so
my
good
canned tuna.
So
Devil child.
Oh my god. And you
Amanda
just quickly
Bynes. Amanda Bynes is Penny Pinkleton.
Yeah, oh my god.
Perfect cast.
So great. One of her like last like big roles and stuff. You mentioned the songs, Bryan, and yeah, this is like I was saying with, obviously stage to screen, there are adaptation choices. This is like one of the few where like the new songs they added are so good.
Yeah.
I miss It Takes Two sometimes, but Link's other song is very good. New Girl in
Lady's Choice
Town
is so
slaps.
good.
Yeah. So it's they made all the right decisions with this one.
Yeah. Love it. Shout out.
Yep.
Does anyone have a favorite? Who's everyone's favorite performance in the movie?
Oh my god. Right off, I think the first thing that came to mind was Michelle Pfeiffer. But no, I have to go Zac Efron. Just
Yeah,
for
I'm also kind of like Zac
personal
Efron's
reasons.
really fun in this movie.
He's just so perfect.
Hope I didn't dent your due.
He's so good. He's so good. It's such a great mode for him that like he's just not gonna return to, because he's not that young anymore.
Well, it was also just an interesting trajectory because obviously at this point, like he had already done High School Musical, so then
Yeah.
everyone was like, "What's the next thing?" And then everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's doing another musical. This
He
is
just,
huge!"
like,
and he
perfectly
actually
took
and
that-
he actually got to sing too, which is great.
Yeah. He perfectly took like that charisma and star power and everything from High School Musical and like channeled it into like something that was already existing. It was like, oh, okay, he can do this like in a really like important way.
And there are just so many lines from this movie too, not just from Link, but from everybody that is just so good in this. Like,
such
and
a
the
good
deliveries,
screenplay.
like later on in the movie. And listen, sorry if you haven't seen the movie; it's 20 years old. This is your fault if you haven't watched it.
Oh my God, it's 20 years old.
Towards the end of the movie, when they like sneak Tracy in and everything, and she's inside the can, she's like, "Heavy? How could it be heavy? They're hollow."
So good.
So good. Oh my God, Tracy's look at the end, love it.
It's so
Or
I
the
that look is
costumes
great, but it's also
throughout.
it's like, what is this? This is
Yeah.
like not period anymore.
No, it's something else entirely, and it's great.
Oh, it's so good, so good. Love it.
Yep.
All right,
right.
Morgan, it's back to you. What's going to be your next pick?
I know, I'm like between a couple of it's like do I go with like the flow, or I think I'm protecting my heart. And now I have to figure out, I know what movie I want. I have to figure out where I want to take it.
That's the thing too. A lot of these movies are eligible in like almost every single category,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
crazy.
I have so much color coding that's going on in my notes here, and it's all just like, oh, like that. Before we completely move off of Hairspray, shocked that Hairspray does not have any Oscar nominations.
No,
Yeah,
I
what
was
the hell?
really surprised to find that it missed out on like makeup and costuming. I thought for sure, but you know.
I remember reading that at that time people were predicting Travolta to get into supporting actor. I remember
Yeah.
reading that years ago, and I think it would have been a very deserving nom because he was
Yeah.
out of the spotlight for many years. He hadn't really done anything good, and then that kind of for a while revitalized his career. And I think that was the first musical he did since Grease, which was 30 years prior. So
Maybe.
if I'm not mistaken, I think that was like the first one he did.
For that accent alone, he should have been nominated.
Link, your pork is ready.
Tracy
Don't test
Turnblad.
me, Tracy Turnblad. And Penny, go home before your mother shoots you.
Okay, because I think this leaves me with more options in Disney.
Ooh.
I'm going to take, even though this feels sacrilegious, because I do believe that I should take an animated Disney film. However, in
Oh.
Disney, I will be taking Mary Poppins.
Nice.
This is another one of those, much like An American in Paris. I said I could do this entire category with films pre-1965, and I'm not trying to do that, but I could. I could do this whole draft with I could never hit the 20th century the 21st century if I didn't want to. But I'm not going to do that. Mary Poppins is another, this is an all-timer movie for me. This is a movie I can't count how many times I've seen it. The only reason it's not in my Letterboxd 4 is because I think the poster is ugly.
You know you could change the posters,
I'm
right?
not gonna. No, that's no.
Oh,
I'm also.
okay.
I'm not a patron, and also no.
All right, fair
I'm
enough.
not doing- no. This is just sidebar. I hate custom posters on Letterboxd, and if you use custom posters to do fan made posters, go die. If you use custom posters to like re-add the text in, because I hate that Letterboxd gets rid of the text, you're fine. But anything else not. But Mary Poppins, I think, is one of the best movies ever made. And is also, again, one of the saddest movies ever made. I don't know, I'll draft a comedy soon, I swear. But another thing, like, and you're like, Mary Poppins, that's not sad. You know, they go, like, fly a kite and stuff. And it's like, yeah, and have you considered George Banks walking to go lose his job with the matte painting, and then you get the instrumentals of Feed the Birds, And it's like, that's what this whole thing is about. That's what we do here. I adore this movie. I used to pretend to be sick and stay home from school just so I could watch this movie on the little portable DVD player that my parents owned, and I had a CD for the soundtrack of Mary Poppins, and that would be what I would fall asleep to, and I would watch Mary Poppins whenever I could. It's a movie that is near and dear to my heart. I played Jane Banks in a stage production once, so I have such a fondness for that. But I think this movie's gorgeous. I think this movie's beautiful. Julie Andrews won the Oscar for best actress this year, beating out My Fair Lady and Audrey Hepburn after she played Eliza Doolittle on stage. Iconic to me. Iconic behavior from her. Love to see that. Personally, I think that this should have won Best Picture. Fuck My Fair Lady. Sorry if you two were planning on drafting that later. Fuck that movie.
Haven't seen it, can't comment.
So yeah, I love Mary Poppins. I could wax poetically about Mary Poppins forever, but I already done that in other places, so.
It's incredible. It's an incredible film. I mean, you said pretty much everything that I would have said as well. I love it very much. I grew up loving this movie. I watched it so much growing up, and I revisited it a few years ago, and it still holds up for me. Like, it's just one of those films that I'll never dislike. It will never go below like a 5-star for me. It will always be a 5-star for me. But Julie Andrews, one of the greatest Best Actress wins of all time, I think. Dick Van Dyke, iconic. Just love that performance so much. Everyone else is wonderful. The music is really great. I don't know what my favorite song is. I was thinking about it as you were talking about the film. I mean, I have equal love and appreciation for every single song in this film. I don't know which one would be the number one for me, but yeah, everything you said, I don't have too much more to add, but it's really wonderful. It's one of Disney's best films, and it's one of the best movie musicals ever made, truly.
Yeah, agree. It's not one I've seen recently at all. It's definitely been a while, but yeah, big childhood one for me. Love Julie Andrews, love Dick Van Dyke. They're definitely in a lot of other really great musicals, but this is, arguably some of the best work from each of them. So yeah, great pick.
All right, now it's back to me, and I have 2 picks. Oh, this is tough. This is hard. I don't know what to do.
The field is far too wide, is the
too
problem.
big.
It is.
There's too much to go from. I kind of did give myself like arbitrary parameters just so I could like not
Just to
wild out
eliminate
here.
some, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad that like some of these films, like I talk about how a lot of these films are eligible for multiple categories, but some of them are really only eligible for one, and that makes me sad and everything. The one that I think I'm about to draft, it is eligible for multiple categories. But also I'm thinking to myself, the average person that may not love movies the way that the three of us do, are they going to vote for a team that has this film on the list?
Well, see, that's what you don't care about winning. You just
I
care
was
about
gonna
being
say,
right.
are you drafting for the win or for your
I
heart?
care about being right.
Okay, fair enough. It's tough. Sometimes I go in with that mentality as well, but then other times I'm like, well, I would really like a win. So I think I'm just going to say fuck it. Whoever wants to vote for this can. Whoever doesn't, well, to each their own, I guess. I'm going to go with drama. I'm going to get that out of the way where all three of us have our drama picks. I'm going to go with... So I have to preface this that this film, and as I hint at it, you both will probably know what it is already. This is not a conventional musical. This isn't like the first thing you may think of when you're thinking of movie musicals. Yes, there is singing. Yes, there is dancing in this movie, but that's not really what the movie is.
Are you taking it?
I'm going to do it.
Good.
For drama, I am going to take the incredible, the masterpiece, the other great film from Bob Fosse, All
There it
That
goes.
Jazz.
Good.
Okay. I'm going to try to be as short and sweet with this film because we have a lot of other films to draft, but if I go over long, I don't apologize at all. So this is a film that I watched for the first time during the pandemic. and I had heard about it from years. I was always enticed by the Criterion artwork where it just says all that jazz in the big letter. One of my favorite poses. Ever since I moved into my place almost 2 years ago, I have been trying to get a poster to hang up in my apartment. And the day that happens, it will be hung up. Where will it be hung up? I may have to take someone down. I don't care because it's all that jazz.
Yeah.
So this was directed by Bob Fosse, and this was loosely based on elements of his life where, Morgan, you brought up that he made a film called Lenny and everything. This film has a character named Joe Gideon, who's the basis of Bob Fosse. He's played here by Roy Scheider in what I think is maybe the best performance by an actor I've ever seen.
So fantastic.
Truly one of the greatest performances ever put to screen. He's in the midst of directing a musical, but then he's also in the midst of editing the film. But then he has all these relationship issues and then these health issues and everything. It's a biopic without necessarily calling itself a biopic.
It's so good.
And it's a genius work from Bob Fosse, and this film continues to grow and grow as I watch it. Every single time I've watched it, and I've only watched it maybe like 4 or 5 times, so I haven't seen it as many times as I would have liked to, but I find something to appreciate about this every single time I go back to it. And it just keeps making its way up into my favorite films. It's currently, if you go to my letterbox, it's currently number 2 of all time for me. And there have been many instances where I almost put it at number 1. But my number 1 pick on Letterboxd has been very special for me for my entire life, and I don't see a film overtaking that, at least right now, but you never know what could happen. Genuinely, this is a beautiful film from top to bottom. The imagery is impeccable. The acting, Roy Scheider, truly, that's the greatest performance by an actor I think I've ever seen. And then the supporting cast, everyone is great. The dancing sequences, the musical sequences, it's so staged beautifully and it's choreographed beautifully, and there's this great energy to it, but it's also such a depressing watch. It's so dark and it's so sad, but it's so captivating. And every person that I have shown this movie to, they all love it. I have yet to show this to someone who didn't at least like it. So this is a huge, huge win for me. This is the film that I objectively wanted the most when we were preparing for this draft.
We were fighting over it.
we were, because I know that the two of you also love this movie as well. So I was just like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, who's going to be the one that drafted? But I'm glad that it was me. I'm surprised that a particular somebody didn't take it. I'm a little surprised, but
listen,
they could give their reasons when they could get to them. But no, this is incredible. Why did this not win every Oscar it was nominated for? I legit don't understand. Roy Scheider should have won Best Actor.
Yeah.
It would have gone down as one of the Best Actor winners of all time. No, I love Dustin Hoffman. I'm a big fan of him, and he is very good in Kramer vs. Kramer. But I think Roy Scheider would have aged much better as a Best Actor winner than Dustin Hoffman. But that's my opinion, of course. But there's so much to love about it. I don't even know where to go on from here, but yeah, it's one of the best films ever made. It's honestly like up there for me as one of the great achievements in cinema history. And the editing, this has some of my favorite editing ever.
If you have the Criterion edition of this movie, the commentary track is with Alan Haim, the editor, and it is amazing.
And I listened to it, and it's
so good.
I rarely listen to commentaries. I usually
love
only
a
do it
commentary,
I usually do. If I know a movie from front to back, then I will listen to a commentary. So I listened to the commentary about a year ago, and wow, it's just incredible. If I say any more, we're going to be here for 5 hours. So,
and we should be here for 5 hours because you haven't even mentioned it's. Yeah, I
there's just so much to talk about.
I was prepared to just like let this movie go. I was like, I'm not gonna get it, and I don't want it because there's so many other things that like I want in this. All That Jazz is my favorite movie of all time. Like, and I was still like, it's going to go away, and I don't need it. It can just bye-bye.
I really anticipated that you were going to draft this, but then when you were like, I'm going to draft the movies before 1965, and I'm like, is Morgan playing with us, though? Because this obviously didn't come out in before 1965.
Well, because his thing is, like, I knew I needed An American in Paris, and I knew I needed Mary Poppins because I needed to be right. The thing, All That Jazz, again, perfect movie. I have to shout, and ranking.
And ranking.
Can
Yep.
we talk about Anne Ranking playing
Yes.
herself?
Yes.
Anne Ranking as herself is fucked up and evil, Bob.
in
and
the
he
midst
made
of
her
like an
fucking
actual
audition.
affair with Bob Fosse.
Not even an affair. They were just
Affair,
like
yeah,
partners.
they were together,
Like
yeah.
they were like well separate. Like he was like well separated from Gwen Verdon at that time. And he was just like, "Yep." Like he's having affairs with other women on her. He's cheating on her all the time.
Just
Like her delivery. I think about her line delivery of, "I just wish you weren't so generous with your cock." Every day. She's a genius. Anne Ranking's a genius. Where was her Oscar nomination? Because
what the hell?
she's like she's incredible. Like she's get Barbara Barry out of here. Fuck Barbara Barry. Like fucking put her in there. Like she's so good in this movie. The dancing is incredible. The ending sequence.
The ending.
And then you realize,
oh my god.
You realize it's just like his apology tour. It's just Fosse continuing
Yeah.
to be an asshole, to be like, yeah, it would have been great if that heart attack killed me. Like what?
How do
Men
you, how do
will
you
literally
end-
make the greatest movie of all time instead of going to therapy.
literally.
How do you create an ending like that? Like, I remember the first time I saw the movie and everyone was hyping up the ending to me. I remember everyone's like, just wait until you get to the ending. And when we got to that final number, then that hard cut gives me chills every time I
And then
watch the
with
movie.
the Ethel
Every
Merman-
time I think about it, oh.
And then you get there's no business like show business over it. Fuck me, it's so good.
Oh my god, Ben
Seriously,
Vereen.
how did this not
Ben
win?
Vereen.
Like, I mean,
Well, so, like,
it won art direction, costumes, editing, and score. But
the thing that's
can we
like,
please talk about why Roy Scheider should have won the Oscar?
yeah, no, I'm with you.
Like-
I love Dustin Hoffman, but I'm like, get him out of here. Get his ass gone.
Like, come on.
Like the thing that's crazy to me about it is that like the movie comes out in, let me go on to get the exact date here. Movie comes out
79.
in December of 79, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
playing like gangbusters, that they're just like, sure, whatever, let's send it to Cannes. Where it fucking wins the Palme d'Or after it had been released.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Yes.
insane.
Yes, it wins the Palme d'Or in 1980. They were just like, yeah, like it had already lost all of the Oscars. They still send it to Cannes.
And you know what? It's one of the greatest Palme d'Or winners
It's great.
of all time.
It's great. So the Palme. So in 1979, the Palme goes to Apocalypse Now, and in 1980, it goes to All That Jazz. And it's like that's a great one too.
That's a fantastic one too.
Right?
79 had a lot of heaters. That was a pretty good
It's a
year
good
for
year.
film.
We're
I
very,
mean,
the day that we
like-
cover it on And I Made an Oscar.
Like, I mean, All That Jazz or Apocalypse Now should have won Best Picture. I haven't seen Breaking Away or Norma Ray, but I'm just not as big into Kramer versus Kramer as like my parents are.
It's a good. I mean, it's a a divorce movie.
Yeah.
Not my favorite divorce movie, but it's good. It's solid.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
Meryl
just
in
like-
it.
I'm not an Apocalypse Now person. Apocalypse Now did give me like 7 consecutive panic attacks. So I'm not really into that one.
It's not one that I've only watched it once because similar to you, it gave me like multiple panic attacks and everything.
was like,
But
we're
it's
good.
but it's quite an achievement. It is like a really impeccable film and everything.
I'm sure it is. I haven't seen large chunks of it because I just was fully blacked out.
Yeah, it's not. It's one
wild.
that you may have to do multiple sits for. You can't
Yeah.
watch it in one sitting. Veronica, what about you? All That Jazz?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I mean, everything that we've said so far, but it's also like, this is why I have no tolerance for like middling like music biopic sort of things, because it's like something like this exists that is so like
This is the best
ambitious
music
and
biopic
personal.
ever made.
Yeah,
Like
it's like it's. I mean, I guess you just have to like do it yourself and make it about your own like little deepest darkest fears and stuff. But that doesn't hurt. But yeah, it's just like it's such a unique movie. Like I don't think that anything else really takes this format of like this person writing and directing a story about their life that is so like thinly veiled, and just being so like so warts and all about it, and but also with this incredible showmanship. Like it's not like this is some gritty like understated sort of thing. Like it's completely going for it. It's big and it's small in all the different ways, and yeah, it's just absolutely brilliant.
it's so good. Bye bye love, goodbye. Bye bye love, goodbye. It's so good. It's incredible. Okay. Another pick
You have
for
another pick.
me. I think I'm gonna go with Oscar nom next. I'm gonna kick off the Oscar nom category. This was a really big one. I have like 20 films written down for this. Now, obviously, there are some films here that have not only been nominated but have won Best Picture, and then they've been nominated for acting prizes and a bunch of below the lines like imagery and song and editing and everything. So this is really, really difficult. This is probably where I'm going to draft the most recent film in terms of like this is the youngest film that's going to be on my team today.
I have a hunch.
So for Oscar nom, I'm going to go with Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
That's what we thought. That's what I thought.
God damn it. God, you guys know me so well.
That's
I
okay.
guess.
You remove the choice of me having to decide if I'm going to draft it or not. That's fine.
I was like, yeah. It was on my long list, but I was like, yeah. I told you played your cards too open.
You don't know what I'm going to do for Disney and Broadway?
I don't need to know. I've got them.
Oh, please. Please.
Okay.
We'll see if you're correct. So Tick Tick Boom, another biopic music film, except this is actually a musical in comparison to All That Jazz, which isn't a musical. This is the story of Jonathan Larson, who of course was most famous for creating Rent, and the story behind what happened after Rent came out, I think, is what a lot of people tend to talk about when they talk about Jonathan Larson, and it's an unbelievable tragedy that he was taken from us way too soon, just when his career was finally about to take off. It makes me sad, and it's been 30 years, which is crazy, to even think that Rent opened on stage 30 years ago, and we lost him 30 years ago. But this film is, as someone who loves musicals, this is everything I wanted to be and more. As someone who grew up loving theater, this was everything I wanted and more. And as someone who still to this day is trying to find his dream and his calling, this really hits home for me in ways that I wasn't expecting from a movie like this. Lin-Manuel Miranda directed this. This was his featured directorial debut, and I think he did a wonderful job bringing this to life. I think he was the perfect person to bring this to life, considering the fact that he has talked ad nauseum about how influential Jonathan Larson is for him as someone who obviously went on to create a multitude of acclaimed and celebrated stage musicals, and then, of course, his work in the film world and television and yada yada. Andrew Garfield is one of my favorite working actors. This is maybe the best performance of his career, which is tough to say because he has so many other performances where you can also call them the best of his career. The fact that he didn't know how to sing, lied to Lin-Manuel Miranda and said, oh yeah, I could sing, and then secretly went through a whole year learning how to sing and basically performing like he had been performing for years and years. It's a truly revolutionary performance, and one that I think, similar to Roy Scheider, I think if Andrew Garfield had walked away with the Oscar, I think it would have aged very well. And that was a pretty mostly good lineup for Best Actor.
And he wouldn't have slapped anybody.
He could have killed him. Right, he could have killed him.
This was the slap year. As soon as he slapped him, they should have just took his name off that Oscar and gave it to Andrew.
It's the greatest part about watching the broadcast is that as soon as Will Smith slaps him, it cuts to the entire audience and you can just see the temperature of the room change because they all know that they have just voted for it. Because everybody in that room knows that they voted for
they know
Will
he's going to
Smith.
win.
And they all know that he's about to walk on stage and win, and he does 5 minutes later. It's kind of incredible.
It's pretty incredible. As is this film. It's incredible. Like, it's
Great
truly
transition.
great.
Back on track.
Gotta segue back to the film and everything. The numbers are wonderful. The editing is something that I love so much about this movie. It was nominated for Best Editing, aside from just the Andrew Garfield nomination. I think Therapy is like an example of great editing here. And I mean, part of the reason why that scene works so well is the facial expressions, the energy from Andrew Garfield is like so high, and I'm like, dude, like, where has this energy been in like every other movie that you've done prior to this? Like, it's insane. The last time he had that much energy was when he destroyed the laptop in The Social Network.
Just gonna say that.
That's the last time that he had all that energy. He didn't have that energy when he was playing Spider-Man 2 times. So
His energy in Spider-Man is great. Hold the phone. We don't have time for this.
Yeah, he's not the problem with Spider-Man.
He is not the problem.
I'm not saying he's the problem. I'm just saying that there's more energy here than there is there. I like him as Spider-Man, and the hater. I don't love the films, but I like him as Spider-Man. But different discussion for another time. Where's his Spider-Man musical? Why isn't he done a Spider-Man?
Why isn't he
musical?
doing Turn Off the Dark? Well, we know
He doesn't want to die.
Yeah, exactly. We can turn off the dark anytime we want. We can turn off the dark anytime we want.
Yes, we can. But my final thoughts on this before going to you guys to give your thoughts on this movie is that it's a very moving film. It's very endearing and heartfelt and very sad and bleak and hopeful and encouraging. Lots of emotions. Everything that you want in a musical is here in this film. The performances, the directing, the writing, even I think the screenplay is an underrated element of this film that not a lot of people touch upon. And I think it would have been remiss of me to also not mention how, aside from Andrew Garfield, and everyone in this film is great, but I think a close MVP is Robert DeJesus. I think he's
So
right
good.
up there
So good.
for him. And there's this whole argument scene with them towards the latter part of the film where he's like, I'm sorry that I'm just trying to enjoy my life while I still have time. And it's so sad. It's such a sad film. It's so beautiful. And Andrew Garfield's performance of why I think is what should have gotten him the Oscar. And I'm so glad that he even got nominated because I was worried that he was going to miss out because everyone else was pretty much in like a Best Picture nominee. But he made it in, and I'm so happy. So, yeah, Tick, Tick, Boom is going to be my pick in Oscar nom. I think it's just... And 2021 had a lot of movie musicals. A lot of movie musicals
in 2021.
And 2 of them had Lin-Manuel Miranda's involvement, which is crazy. But, yeah, great film. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. Why is Lin not directing anything else? Like this was. I don't think there's been anything
he knows
announced
that
since.
he's never gonna top this. I think he knows that he's never
One and
gonna
done?
top this. Oh, you know what? If this is a one and done, then it's a great example.
Great
I guess,
one
and
done.
I guess he's probably busy with other projects and stuff. But I'm totally in the tank for Lin-Manuel, so I was like already looking forward to it. But yeah, I mean, obviously didn't know what he could do as a film director, and yeah, this is so well put together. It's such a feat of adaptation because the stage musical of this is performed usually with 3 people. Like it's usually someone playing Jonathan Larson, and then there's like usually like a male and female sort of counterpart that just plays all the roles basically, and they're sort of these like interchangeable people in his life. So obviously you have to write out those characters, you have to cast them well. I like the idea that like I think it's like Vanessa Hudgens and Joshua Henry are both sort of just like players in the musical that he's writing. So like they're real people, like you see them existing, but they also just serve this purpose of like performing the numbers that are reflecting his own feelings and philosophies and stuff like that. So it's so well done. It's beautiful. The diner scene with so many cameos from Broadway and musical theater royalty is just like awesome.
I remember going to the theater to watch the movie, and I went with my friend who isn't like a huge, like he likes musicals, but he's not as knowledgeable with theater as I am.
He's like, why is everyone freaking out?
Well, it was just me and him in the theater, so here I am
okay.
screaming from the top of my lungs. I'm like, oh my God, it's them, it's them, it's them. And I was just, I don't usually love sequences where there's a bajillion cameos, but this is one of my favorite examples of like cameo palooza. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. This was my version of like everyone coming through the portals in Endgame or whatever.
Exactly.
It's a screenplay by Steven Levinson, who won a Tony for writing Dear Evan Hansen.
We won't hold that against him.
Yeah, exactly. He also wrote the screenplay for the film adaptation of Dear Evan Hansen, so we're not going to hold that against him.
Which came out, unfortunately, the same year, but ugh.
And he also wrote Fosse Verdon, which, again, we're not going to hold it against him.
I haven't
He wrote
seen
a very
it.
good adaptation of
I haven't
Boom.
seen Fosse Verdon. Is it not good?
I think it's good. I do think it's good. I think that Sam Rockwell is quite poor. But I'm very anti Sam Rockwell, unfortunately.
Really?
I had the misfortune, Veronica, of rewatching a lovely film called Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri for my podcast. And unfortunately, it's turned me against anything Sam Rockwell is in ever since.
Oh no.
But I already didn't really enjoy his performance in Fosse Verdon. I think Michelle Pfeiffer's incredible, or not Michelle Pfeiffer, Michelle Williams is incredible as Gwen Verdon.
Isn't Lynn in that? Doesn't he play Roy
Scheider?
Scheider?
He plays Roy Scheider.
That's an interesting casting. That's very interesting.
He's very fun. Margaret Qualley plays Anne Rankin.
Yes, yes.
And then it's Norbert Leo Butz as Patty Chayefsky is like probably my favorite performance.
wow.
I love Norbert. I love him.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to see it, even if it's, not that
it's
great.
worth it. It's
Norbert
worth
reminds me of my father. I don't know why. He reminds me so much of my dad.
it. Yeah. He's great in that. Okay, is it my turn? Do I have
Did
to?
you have any thoughts on Tick Tick Boom? Any
Oh my
additional
god,
thoughts?
yes. I gotta say the Stephen Sondheim voicemail at the end.
Oh my
Bradley,
god.
Yeah,
So it's Bradley Whitford that plays Sondheim for most of it, but then at the very
then at
last
the end,
in
yeah.
that voicemail, it's actual Steve Sondheim.
Incredible.
It's his final thing that he ever. I mean, there's so many things that are like the last thing that Sondheim ever did because he really just like kept doing shit
That's
up
true.
until the day he died.
Didn't he have a cameo in Glass Onion?
Glass Onion, he's on a Zoom call.
He's on a Zoom call with with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Natasha Lyonne, and Angela Lansbury.
It's incredible.
It's great. It's so funny. I'm like,
Dream
how does,
blunt rotation.
Yeah, literally, and they're all played Among Us. It's like, how does Benoit Blanc know Steve Sondheim? Like, I gotta know.
But should we really ask that though?
Yeah, he's a
It's like
musical
it's
fan.
Benoit Blanc. He knows
He
everybody.
like solved a mystery. It's like the original cast of like Sweeney Todd or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know. My prevailing fan theory and fan fiction is that Hugh Grant was an actor. And so that's why Hugh Grant's like, well, that's why Hugh Grant's not working.
An evil actor in England, and that's how Paddington 2 happened.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's like if Hugh Grant's married to Benoit Blanc, then like that's why he's not working when Janelle Monáe comes to the door. And so my fan fiction is that he's an actor, and that's how that's how Blanc and his husband met.
Oh my god.
Wow, this needs to be written. I need
One day I'll write
a
it. One day I'll write this
side.
fan fiction.
Let's make it happen. This should be Knives Out 4.
I need a prequel.
I've been I literally am like I've been wanting Knives Out in a theater.
Benoit
so
Blanc
badly.
is a musical theater geek. Like,
Yeah, he is. He loves Andrew Lloyd Webber specifically, which is the thing that's so funny to me. It's like, Sondheim, dog. Like I know you were singing Follies in the first one, but like
I love that scene.
It's
so good. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
me. My turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'm leaving. So okay.
Do you think Andrew Garfield should have won the Oscar, or
yeah.
or do you think it should have been someone
yeah.
else?
It's between Garfield and Cumberbatch for me. I love.
I did
Power of the
like
Dog.
him. And,
do
yeah.
I do
Love
love
him in Power of the Dog.
Cumberbatch
And I love him in The Power of the Dog. I think The Power of the
and
Dog.
and Denzel and Macbeth. Oh,
Denzel and Macbeth, just incredible. I think that would have been a really great third Oscar for him. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I think it should not have been Will Smith, but also could have killed him. So,
I'm just happy it wasn't Benicio del Toro. That's the big thing for me. I'm just
if I can forget about
not Benicio del Toro. Oh my god,
Javier
Bardem.
It's Javier Bardem.
Oh, right. That was being the
Yeah,
Ricardos.
if I can not become a Ricardo, I think I will be happy. Okay, I think that this is. Okay, here's where I'm left at, and I think what I'm left at is right here on the 28th day in the month of February, in a relatively early year of a decade, not too long before our own. The thing was that once the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very existence, and this existence is going to be in the category Broadway musical, because this terrifying enemy surfaced.
Oh no.
As such enemies often do.
Oh no.
In the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places,
Oh no.
which is The Little Shop of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is where I will be taking a Broadway musical, Little Shop of Horrors.
Cross that off my list.
I thought you were gonna go in a different direction.
Oh no, we're going downtown. Mm-hmm. For those that recognize, that was the opening monologue of Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, we're going downtown. Little Shop of Horrors, I think this is Frank Oz's adaptation of the Alan Menken, Howard Ashman stage show. I think it is fantastic. I think it's from such a weird period in the Hollywood musical, where we were no longer making big budget studio movies kind of after Hello Dolly just like kills the whole thing. And musicals are no longer profitable, so we're seeing these kind of underground musicals. That's where Cabaret emerges from, that's where the Rocky Horror Picture Show emerges from, and that's where we get the Little Shop of Horrors. And I think that the stage show is fantastic, and that is what makes this movie so good. You also have Howard Ashman writing the screenplay and writing the adaptation of his own work. The late, great Howard Ashman, the legend, the absolute fucking legend. And what else is there to say? There's a plant. It goes om nom nom. It's fun, it's silly, it's goofy,
hungry.
it's scary. Steve Martin is here.
I don't have a ton to say because I've only seen this once and I haven't seen it since high school. I've been meaning to revisit it. I'm so glad that you brought up Howard Ashman because when we did a romance movie draft a few weeks ago and I drafted Beauty and the Beast, I spent a lot of the time I could have talked about just that film alone, but I spent so much time talking about the genius that was Howard Ashman and how every time I watch that movie, and it gets to the credits and then that message is left for him at the end, it just literally breaks my heart every time. And even thinking about it now, it just hurts me. He was... I've always been fascinated to know, if he was still here, if he had lived longer, what other projects would he have contributed to? Not just at Disney, but just in general in the musical space, whether it was on screen or on stage. I would have loved to have seen more from him. That's a great pick. That's a very good film. I remember really enjoying it when I saw it back in the day, and I've been wanting to revisit it, and now I have a reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the movie. I used to watch it a lot. I feel like I kind of got hooked on it when I was a teenager. I haven't seen it in a while now, but I think that first thing I think of always in this movie is Steve Martin. I fucking love
the dentist
song and everything about it. The shot from inside the mouth and everything. It's so wacky and
love it.
Yeah, this one definitely you mentioned it has a really specific tone. There's not a lot else that's like this, that's so funny and goofy and not quite scary but spooky, and it definitely is. It's a very unique thing, and the music is great, all of the sort of doo-wop infused music and Suddenly Seymour, and it's a great one for me. I haven't been able to see it on stage since probably I've seen old community theater productions, but it's constantly has great casting and everything on off Broadway and stuff, but it's a really cool one, and there's just plant iconic.
Plant. Great puppetry for the plant.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, then it is my pick next. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, definitely deciding between a few. I'm just gonna go with my gut, just go to first reaction. Brian, I think I will continue your love for the year 2021.
Okay.
What are you taking? Are you gonna no?
No, it's not Dear Evan Hansen.
Cyrano?
No. I do love
Everybody's
Cyrano.
talking about
I have that on
Jamie?
the long list. God, I didn't realize there's so many musicals that year.
There's
No,
so
I'm
many.
going with Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. Now, on the romance draft, I drafted the original West Side Story. I don't have a ton of reasoning for this. I love them both, and I kind of just want to give them both a little bit of daylight. And I think I'm sort of highlighting this one in the musicals draft because I was so blown away by the adaptation choices here. And the idea that, and again, this is one that I have a huge relationship to. Loved the original movie when I was young, saw it on Broadway when I was young, was in it in community theater when I was a teenager, and then this came out, years after that. So, this is, one of my big musicals. Love all of the music, everything. So, I definitely had it was a high bar. I mean, it's Spielberg adapting a Best Picture winner and all that stuff. So, yeah, so I was definitely excited, but a little scared. And I just think that aside from casting Ansel Elgort, which, things happen, I think that besides that, they made every decision correctly. It was just, I think that the way that they switched the songs around, and West Side's kind of a hard musical because there's a ton of fun and, life and lots of stuff going on in Act 1, and then Act 2 can really the energy really dips, it gets really dark. So it's always a tough balance there to kind of keep people interested but not break the momentum or be too jarring or anything. The adaptation of Cool here and like the way that like Tony is involved with it with riff, it's so good. That fucking blew my mind. I was like, why is every single version not like that? Like it was just so smart, like made so much sense. And yeah, I love, I think I talked about this in the left draft too, but I love Tony Kushner's script here.
Oh my God, it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about his screenplay here. And like,
I'm always,
like,
do not include me in that. I'm always talking about Tony Kushner's screenplay.
Like, I understand that like Spielberg, what he did here is like masterful work, especially for him at this stage in his career, and considering that he never directed a musical before.
He's never, like, it's crazy.
But
it's
like
crazy.
Tony Kushner adapted this material,
oh my
like
God.
flawless work. And why wasn't it nominated for screenplay makes no sense.
It's one of those where it's like we can't properly. It's like, oh yeah, it caught like the love from the Oscars, and it's like, yeah, it sure did. Like
it was so underrated in that year. It's crazy.
But it's also like so underrated. Like it's the thing. It's like it didn't. There are only certain cases where I'd be like, it was a snub. Like I would love to, like Mike Feist should have been in supporting actor.
He should have fucking won supporting actor.
He should have won supporting actor. Yeah. But it's like, it's also like I can't reasonably be like, well, it was snubbed because like it did get all those nominations. But I'm also like, no, you don't understand. Like this is.
Yeah, but it was a weird. It was still kind of COVID era. Like it didn't. I don't think it came out.
It does make you wonder how this would have done if this was not in a COVID year. It really makes you think about like how it would have done and everything.
In my world and the world that I'm living in, it's when it should have won Best Picture. I'm like, this is.
What category did you put this in, Veronica?
This was for Oscar nom.
Oscar nom, okay.
Yeah, I'll take it there. And I think so. I do think the one weak link is Ansel Elgort, but kind of like in any adaptation or any performance of West Side Story, I kind of feel like Tony and Maria are the least interesting parts, and like you really need like a stellar, Anita, Riff, Bernardo, and like Tony and Maria are almost kind of like doing the more boring thing. And I just think that Rachel Zegler is so absolutely perfect. And it's like, if we've got like this, knockout Maria and like Tony's just there, then like that's fine. Like none of that takes away from the overall movie for me.
The thing I always struggle with like doing the retrospective for like, like Elgort's just like not very good. Is it's like, who else could it have been? Like, I always play the game where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who would have been somebody that you can bank this movie on.
I'm always like, it's probably just because
I think about that too. It's like, it's tough. It's like,
probably just because he sang the songs on Glee, but I've always felt like I wanted it to be Darren Criss. He's maybe a little old for it too at that point, but
my new one, I think that Tom Holland could have probably done it.
Yeah,
if they were able to.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But do you think people would have been able to see him, or they would have just seen Peter Parker?
They would have just seen Spider-Man, and so I'm kind of like, but this was also when he was like trying to he was trying to kind of distance himself. This is like a year after The Devil All the Time. This is the same year as Cherry. Why do I know Tom Holland's filmography like that?
Cherry came out on my birthday, and I don't know how I remembered that, but it came out on my birthday, and I'm like, oh God, a bad birthday movie, yikes.
And so I'm like, he could have kind of done that, but it's like
he wasn't fine. He wasn't really known at the time, but David Cornsweet. Now that we know that he's like a musical theater guy,
to take it back to Singing in the Rain, my dream live at the Hollywood Bowl, just musical review, Singing in the Rain, is David Cornsweet, Don Lockwood, Mike Feist, Mike Feist, Cosmo Brown, Rachel Zegler, Kathy Selden. I have said this for years.
God damn.
Singing in the Rain live at the Hollywood Bowl for the 75th anniversary. Let's make it like light.
Oh my God, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
They just do a musical review of all the songs. We don't need to remake the movie. We don't have to touch it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Exactly.
Man,
they should do that with more things instead of remaking them. Honestly,
they should.
100%.
Just do a little review.
Yeah.
Veronica, do you have anything else to add about the movie?
I love it. It's a feat of adaptation. Steven Spielberg, good. Hot take.
Morgan, do you have anything to add?
Top 5 Spielberg, if you're enlightened.
I think so. Yeah.
This is right outside my top 5. It's like very close to the top 5.
Get in that 5. Enlighten yourself.
It really does blow my mind that he never made a musical prior to this, and he made it like he's made dozens of musicals prior to this. But it's like, if anyone doubted Spielberg making a musical, then you're doing yourself a disservice for
Yeah.
doubting him.
Gifted from God with the power to make movies. He's preternaturally gifted to make movies.
And when he did this, it's like he literally had tackled every genre.
Yeah.
He's tackled everything.
Everything.
And he's excelled at everything.
And everything.
And all of
Like,
it. I think the dance at the gym is probably most touted for like his directorial. That is
Fuck,
That-
the
crazy
lighting,
sequence, so good.
the
Hansu's
water
imagery,
that
like,
goes
come on.
over the Janusz, like fucking going.
Kaminsky
Yep.
is one of the
Going
best
off.
DPs we have ever.
Yeah.
And some of
The closure
Spielberg's
thing,
best
this
imagery
July.
is on display in this film.
Yeah, the water from like them coming into the gym, moving over their shoulders into the. Oh my god!
God damn. Fuck. God, this is so good. Seriously,
good.
why wasn't Mike Feist nominated? He should have won.
Why wasn't it? This is.
And I love Ariana, and I'm happy that she won. But Mike
Yeah,
Feist was
I
my
think she
MVP
deserved
of
it,
that
yeah.
ensemble, personally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I would like
crazy.
to think that Luca Guadagnino watched this and said, we're going to put him in Challengers.
Yes.
He had
I
a
would like
vision.
to hope that that's how it came to be and
Absolutely.
everything. Great pick, Veronica. What's going to be your next
Thank
draft?
you. All right, let's see. I guess we will go for Broadway. I think I'm gonna pick this one, kind of because I prefer the movie over the Broadway. So that's sort of my thought process there. Is that like it's they made a better movie than the show. So this is again a well known but maybe debated about its quality sort of thing. But an absolute classic for me. I gotta pick Grease. That's
Yeah.
just
Great choice.
come on. When I was, I don't know, probably about 10, I redid my whole bedroom and had my dad made me a neon sign that said Grease. It was painted hot pink. There's Danny and Sandy posters on the walls, everything. I literally just pulled out, there's like a giant picture frame with like just like stills from Grease in it. And I'm like, I should probably take that out and like put like actual pictures of like my friends and family in it. And like, you know, I'm like, I know Danny and Sandy are my family, but you know. So yeah, this one was just absolutely, I'm trying to think. This is definitely one of the earliest musicals I saw, and it's definitely the kind of thing where like there are adult things in it, but like you don't really get that when you're a kid. Like I don't think I was definitely yelling "Unless she was a hooker" when I was like 6 years old, and I just didn't know what that meant. So you know, it's fine. So yeah, it's and again, like I said, it's maybe not like the most critically acclaimed musical. It's very populist. It's very, you know, it's a good time. It's and I just think that I think that the musical itself on stage is good. Like it's, you know, it's got a lot of the good songs and everything like that. But this one is just so like the John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John performances are just out of this world. Like iconic is an understatement. It's just absolutely when I think of like a musical couple, that's just the first place I go. This one is just like, it's just kind of in my DNA. I was Sally for Halloween when I was little. It's, you know, it was just kind of everything to me, and it continues to be, you know, even as I broaden my horizons and, you know, try a whole bunch of different, types of musicals, types of movies and everything. This is obviously just one that I like keep coming back to as, you know, the music, the performances, everything. I just love it so much. How about you guys?
I banger. Sometimes you're just like, yeah, banger, great time. This I initially suggested doing original songs, and I was gonna campaign hard for "Hopelessly Devoted to You." Great.
That was its
song.
Oscar nomination, I think,
Yep.
right?
Great song that only exists because of this movie was produced by Olivia Newton-John's record company. And so they were like, okay, we need to have like songs in here that are like just for her music. And so that's
Yeah.
the only reason that this is in here. Beautiful song. Great song. Love it. Stops the momentum of the movie entirely. Who cares?
This is one that I grew up with as well. We watched this a lot in the household and everything. My sister was obsessed with Grease when we were younger, so it was on constantly throughout the years. And yeah, it's great. Yes, there are certain elements of it that certainly may not have aged strongly, but I think as a musical, it's one of the best, certainly. Like, the songs are great and the performances, and yeah, Veronica, you're absolutely correct. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, even saying iconic feels like an understatement. They're so great in this, and just impeccable chemistry, like just pure magic on screen together, and then of course the friendship that blossomed with them all the way until she passed away a few years ago. It's great. It's a great film. And it's also so fucking funny. There's so many moments that I think are very hilarious, like line deliveries and everything. I do want to briefly shout out one moment. So throughout the movie, we occasionally see the principal of the school and then like her secretary, I guess, the one who's always like playing the xylophone, or whatever. Yeah, and there's a sequence early on when they're at the pep rally, I guess, and then it cuts back to her and she's like squeezing her hands and like making these angry faces as the coach is talking and the principal's looking at her like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's so good.
We're gonna rip them and we're gonna kill them.
Yeah. It's so good. It's great. Yeah, that's a very good pick.
Yeah, it's a great high school movie too. Like it's
great coming of age.
Not realistic at all, but like so just
super
it's so
unrealistic.
delightful.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? Or if not, we'll move on to Morgan's pick.
I think that's it. Morgan, go ahead.
Okay, I think I've now decided that I've arrived at the chaos. I've arrived that it's time for me to sow chaos.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm going to take an Oscar nominee, nominated for cinematography and sound mixing. I will be taking the 2013 Coen Brothers masterpiece, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Okay. I thought it was going to get drafted, but I thought it was going to be Bryan.
Nope! I'm deciding to sow chaos now, bitch! Let's fucking ride! Let's go!
Draft over. Draft is over.
Ha-ha! Oh, I'm so glad I could do this to you. I'm so happy I could do this to you.
Why would you do this to me?
I'm so pleased I could do this to you. And because here's the other thing that's about to become really crazy. I don't fuck with the Coen brothers.
Oh, really?
I don't.
That's not going to sit well with Veronica.
Yeah, those are fighting words.
So I spent all of last year watching all of their movies.
Me too.
I have seen.
I did over a couple of years.
I literally all of last year, what I did, watched, like, shout out to the podcast Blank Check. The Coen brothers won their March Madness series, and so I watched along with them. I've seen every single thing, and I spent the whole time being like, this is not for me. 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 And then I got to Inside Llewyn Davis, and I was like, if this doesn't hit, my life's over, because this is a movie, like, I have not seen this movie, and I know I will love it. And I watched this movie and I cried so hard that I think I like dehydrated myself. So this is really kind of becoming a theme with my draft of it's just like, hey, Morgan, what are movies that just make you sob? Which is fine, you know? I think it's good to have an emotion. But I think that this is their best movie. This is like this movie's I do like some of their other stuff now. I've grown an appreciation for their other stuff. But this movie I just think is leaps and bounds ahead of everything else that they've done. And I also almost even hesitate to be like, I think it's a musical. I much more think that it's like a movie with music in it, but I'm fine with it. It's here now. And I think that Oscar Isaac is singular. He should have fucking had an Oscar nomination for this.
Oh my God.
The fact that this is only nominated for 2 and it's cinematography and sound mixing is crazy to me. Yeah, I'm gonna let Bryan go off though, because I think that because I mostly did this to like piss you off.
That's real nice. That's real nice.
Yeah, our friendship is fine.
I hate you for taking this from me. I really do, but I love you so much, so I can't hate you, even though I'm trying really hard to hate you right now. This is also my favorite Coen Brothers film. I like the Coen Brothers. I haven't seen everything they've done because they've done so much, but when they hit, they really, really hit, and to me, this is their crowning achievement. Everything you pretty much said about this is just, I couldn't agree more. Like, it's such a sad movie, but it's also so beautiful and it's so moving. The period detail is incredible. Oscar Isaac's performance, I mean, this introduced me, and I think a lot of people, to Oscar Isaac. And, I mean, it's a truly lights-out performance that should have gotten way more love that year. Mm-hmm. And then the supporting cast is great. The musical numbers are great. It gave us Adam Driver doing the outer space.
Oh,
Kylo Ren and Poe Dameron.
Kylo Ren and Poe
yeah, it's
Dameron.
really neat.
And it also just feels like this isn't a real person, but it feels like we're kind of watching a biopic. It feels like we're literally watching a biopic.
Yep.
And it's incredible. It's so good. I love the imagery. I think that cinematography nom is one of my favorite cinematography noms ever. Because Bruno's a guy that I think is so overlooked by so many people. But if you look at his array of work and the films that he shot, I mean, Tragedy Macbeth, in my opinion, should have won cinematography that year.
Oh my god, the Chiaroscuro stuff Bruno De Bonello does with that movie is just unbelievable.
Like everything that he's done, like that, Llewyn Davis. I know that this franchise isn't like
Darkest Hour.
a pop. Darkest Hour isn't my favorite, but it looks great.
Gorgeous movie.
And I know that this franchise isn't as easy to talk about as it was back in the day, but I do think that his imagery on Half-Blood Prince is really, really terrific. And it's up there for some of the best in that franchise. And he was nominated for that, too. So he's a guy that...
Awesome.
He's a guy that has continuously pumped out wonderful work, and I wish that he would work more, but I like that he's selective with his projects. But genuinely, this is a masterpiece. I literally just put this in my letterbox 4 the other day. Like, very recently, I moved this into my 4 because it's always been teetering outside the top 10 for me. But this recent watch made me go, no, this is a letterbox 4. I mean, I literally have a poster of the movie behind me.
Yep,
and
I can see it.
I actually, a while back, got a Llewyn Davis tattoo. I was really, really close to doing it. And I'm still considering it, but I just don't know what I want the tattoo to be. And I sent a voice memo to Morgan the other day when I was watching the movie. I really love the way that Carey Mulligan enunciates certain words. Just her going, because you're one big piece of shit.
It's so good. She's so good.
Everything you touch turns to shit.
Blue Helen is the cat. I can't linger on that too.
Llewyn
I can't
is
linger.
The cat. Llewyn is the cat.
I can't linger on
I'm
it too
Llewyn.
long.
I have the cat.
It's so good. It's so good. And before Veronica gives her thoughts, I have to bring this up. Why hasn't Oscar Isaac done a movie musical since? And I literally messaged this to someone not too long ago. I think he should be in a Sondheim adaptation. I don't know what he should be in. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Noah Baumbach, Greta Gerwig company that doesn't exist, but that I'm trying to make exist. If it's not Anne Hathaway as
we'll
Bobby
get
with an
funding.
IE, it's Oscar Isaac as
is
Bobby
this
with a Y.
the alluded company that friend of the show Dean teased to me?
This is the one. Dean and I are constantly talking about Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig's company that doesn't exist. Because we're just like they should do it. They should do
manifesting.
Would they co-direct or would one of them direct? Would it be like Noah direct?
I feel like they would co-direct, or if I would say that Baumbach would do it with Gerwig and him sharing the screenplay.
Co-written, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
Oh my god, that would be like that would be awards. That's an easy guarantee for awards and everything.
No, well, because it's a Sondheim adaptation. No, it's not.
Well,
no Sondheim things ever go. Like Sondheim stuff is so hard to adapt.
You never know. You never know what could happen. Maybe one year the Academy will have common sense, and then they'll be like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Yeah, Oscar Isaac, I've said for years that he should be in Company. I listen to Being Alive more than probably any other song in my life.
Yep.
And I think constantly about how I just wanted him to sing so badly. Why hasn't he done another musical? It's absurd.
One day I dream about being at the Mumford & Sons concert where they bring him out. Because they do it. Sometimes they'll like Mumford & Sons will do a concert and like Oscar Isaac will be there and they'll do Dink's song. And one day it'll be me.
I saw him in that play, Cindy Bernstein, a few years ago. And there was a sequence where he literally was saying to Rachel Brosnahan, and I'm like, get her out of here. He's saying it to me, actually. This is for me. And then I put a meme on Twitter saying that literally the fire department had to take me down. It was the shot from the SpongeBob movie where he's like on top of the Krusty Krab and everything after the Goofy Goober song. But incredible. Veronica, what do you have to say about Llewyn Davis? And you're a big Coen Brothers girly, so like...
Coen Brothers are my top directors. Oscar Isaac is my top actor. Like
Hell yeah.
this is absolutely. I constantly toggle between this and Big Lebowski for my favorite Coen brothers, and they both constantly toggle for like best movie of all time for me. So yeah, I did put a little bit of a parameter on myself, and I was like we were saying before, there are just so many musicals that like I kind of didn't want to pick one that was like about music, but I mean, it definitely qualifies. It just was, I was like not necessarily at the top of my list for this draft, just based on the genre stuff, but it is probably one of my favorite movies on this list. And I mean, there are parts of it that are just so devastating. I can't, the scene with F. Murray Abraham and I don't see a lot of money in this, the 1-2 punch of that with like, you should get a partner. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that, when, we obviously know at this point what he's been through with his partner. And
God.
just completely devastating. And then also that exists alongside like one of my top probably John Goodman performances in only a few scenes. Oh my God, the way that he's just like a motor mouth who is so funny. And then
George Washington Bridge. You throw yourself off the Brooklyn Bridge. Traditionally, George Washington Bridge. Who does that?
I watched this I think the first time when I was in college in my dorm room, and I like had a like view overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge, and then he said that, I literally like looked up like, oh, there, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, so I could throw myself off that.
Oh yeah, thanks for the suggestion, John Goodman. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy good. Oscar Isaac is perfect. It's probably one of my favorite like characters in the 21st century. I thought when I saw, just to kind of bring it into this year, when I saw Marty Supreme, I saw like a lot of Llewyn Davis in that, and it's sort of like the yin and the yang of like someone who is so like, defeated and depressed versus someone who is so like manic and like obsessed. But it's both like this like inability to be satisfied with like a normal life and something that's simpler, and like just this feeling like you have something greater to share, and you can't really figure out how. You don't think that you're not finding anyone who wants to actually see it, anyone who wants to let you share it. And even though, obviously, like Oscar he's so good. He's so good as a folk singer in this. He has a lot of, his voice is great. He has a lot of soul in his music and everything. And it's just like that feeling of just like, I'm stuck. I cannot move past this level that I'm at. I can't commit to this career without giving up on other stuff on life. So he doesn't have a solid relationship. He doesn't have a family really. He doesn't have money. It's just such a like art versus commerce thing, and it's so about this character specifically and his particular struggles, and yeah, it's just completely beautiful.
Very similar to An American in Paris in that sense. I feel like the two of you will watch An American in Paris and like find those similarities.
That's moving it up higher on my list. Thank you.
Yeah, now I have even more of a reason to watch it right away. Before we move on to my picks and everything, one of my favorite scenes, and I always dread it every time I get to it when I watch the movie, is when he's performing the song and then that woman starts singing along and he's like, don't do that. She's like, that's Mike's part. He's like, I know it's Mike's part. Don't do that. This is my life. I do this. This isn't like a gag or anything. This is my life.
Yep.
Yeah. But then even the way that he like sort of makes up with them later, and it's like they all kind of understand what he's going through, and it's...
Yeah.
Oh, so good. To think that Oscar Isaac came from being in a ska punk band.
Yeah.
And
he's a legend.
He's gonna, if by the end of the decade he doesn't at least have an Oscar nomination, I'm actually gonna be very pissed off.
Nomination,
yeah, we need
for
to get
sure,
him into more stuff. We need to get him into more stuff.
There's a part of me that wishes that he got nominated for Frankenstein, just so that he could finally have a nomination.
He's working with Guillermo again.
Good.
Well, let's hope that's what.
Is he doing his Hunchback? What is he doing?
He's not that he'll get an Oscar nom for this, but he's going to be in Linklaters next.
He's with Linklater. He's playing like Thoreau or something, I think, or is that Ethan Hawke? I don't know. It's him and Ethan Hawke, I know, but
a Moon Knight reunion. Okay.
Oh boy.
Next up is my turn. Okay, I'm gonna do Disney next. All right, do you guys have an idea of what I'm going to draft? I'm curious to see if you're going to be able to figure out. I'm going to say what I'm going to draft, and then you're going to tell me if this is what you had guessed. Okay, so just to kind of paint a bit of a picture, I grew up in a Disney household, so this was not an easy category to pick from. because there's so many films that are very near and dear to me, films that I've loved since I was a child, films that I've grown a bigger appreciation for over the years. I have 8 films written down here, and I don't know if I want to go with live action or animation. I'm literally contemplating between the two. And the reason why I'm struggling is because I'm worried that if I don't go with one film, it's probably not going to get mentioned, especially since Morgan already did their Disney pick, and then I don't see Veronica drafting this for her Disney pick, so we'll have to see. But for my Disney pick, I'm going to go with one that isn't your typical Disney pick, but I'm going to go for it because it's honestly one of my favorite films of all time. It's a go-to comfort watch for me. I watch it nonstop, and it never gets old. I'm going to go with The Muppets from 2011.
Nice.
I love
Nice.
them.
Nice.
I love The Muppets. Did you guys think I was going to pick this or no?
I forget that this is a Disney movie, if I'm being completely
Yeah,
honest.
I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So good call in terms of like it probably wouldn't have gotten mentioned elsewhere.
I've loved the Muppets my whole life, and when me and Morgan started talking, we were just gushing about our equal love and appreciation for the Muppets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we just got that new Muppet Show special a few weeks ago, which I thought was so good.
It was really good.
So perfect.
Need a bajillion more.
I really hope that like in the coming days they will be like, guys, we're greenlighting more, and I will
That
be
it was a
very
pilot,
very happy.
yeah.
Like that would be one of the coolest things ever. So this movie is very special for me because one, I mean, I just brought up of how much I love the Muppets and everything, and when this movie came out, the Muppets were kind of in a weird period. Like no one really knew what to do with the Muppets and everything, and then in comes lifelong Muppet fan Jason Segel, who really brought the Muppets out of hiding and for the time being kind of revitalized the Muppets. And this is just a huge love letter to those guys. And it's also a really beautiful film too, where it is about, you know, self-discovery and finding who you are and your place of belonging. And I think that when this movie came out, you could tell of how personal it was for Jason Segel, and then James Bobbin, who directed the film, Nicholas Stower, who co-wrote with Jason Segel. But then just like all the fans, I remember when this came out and everyone was just so like, they were so high on this movie, and they were so like, just so glad that the Muppets were back and everything. And I don't think they could have made a better return to form Muppet film than this one. But also when I watched this movie when it came out, I was just not in a very good place emotionally. And this movie kind of brought me back to a really warm and happy place that I had been trying to find for months, and I was really struggling. And you know, this movie kind of saved my life a little bit. And I'm so glad that this movie existed. I cannot believe that it's as old as it is. And I mean, it's just it has everything that you love about the Muppets. The music is great. Man or Muppet, which won an Oscar, by the way. Like this could have been eligible an Oscar nom, which is so sick.
Do that.
So cool that a Muppet film is an Oscar-winning film and everything. Segel and Amy Adams are perfect, and Chris Cooper doing his hip hop scene. I don't know why that works for me. I think it's great. And then all the cameos that we get are wonderful too. And the heart and Kermit's speech at the end is so good, and it makes me cry every single time I watch the movie. I love it so much. I'm not a big Walter guy. Admittedly, he's not my favorite character. I have to just get that out of the way because I know a lot of people love Walter. I'm not a big... I don't dislike him, but he's not my favorite. But, yeah. And the Jack Black stuff makes me laugh. I love it.
Kidnaps Jack Black? It's illegal.
I love it so much. I love this film. It's so good. So good. The Muppets 2011 thoughts?
I think you've said it all.
Yeah, you that's really great way to put it, and glad that it's so important to you. I'm not a huge Muppets person. I definitely saw this when it came out, but I don't think I've seen it since. But yeah, definitely a good shout here.
A good one.
Do you guys watch Shrinkin'?
Yes, I just got caught up.
I've been meaning to. But
I
no,
just got
haven't.
caught up, and I'm losing my mind.
You know exactly what I'm referring to.
Yes.
I do.
That
I love
Sequence.
Jason
That
Segel.
sequence is awesome. That sequence is awesome.
Yes.
I'm losing my mind because of the ending of the most recent episode, which is episode 5.
I am too, but that sequence that I'm referring to,
So good.
ugh, incredible. Siegel needs to do more musicals.
He does.
He needs to do more musicals. I think he's a very underrated talent. I don't think a lot of people give him the credit that he deserves.
I agree.
And he's great. And Amy Adams, too. I mean, she's awesome at this.
He needs to do his,
who's looking out for Amy Adams? We all are looking out for her, and she's
not her
looking
agent,
out for her.
certainly.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, God. Okay, next up is going to be Broadway for me.
Oh, right, you've got another pick.
This was a very tough category to pick from because there's so many great ones. But then I think about how do I prefer the stage version or the film version? I'm gonna go with one where I haven't seen the stage version. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to see it, whether it's on Broadway or local productions and everything. I'm genuinely shocked that nobody has drafted this yet. I'm actually really shocked. I'm gonna go with Chicago for Broadway.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm very surprised that nobody drafted this because it's on my it was on my long list, but I was like, well, I mean, if no one drafts it, then like
It's
well, I
high
guess
on
I'll
my
take
list
it.
in several categories, but it didn't quite.
Yeah,
But
there were like others that I wanted more.
Yeah.
I think it's very like Bryan of me to have 2 Bob Fosse related projects on
Yeah.
my team. So I just rewatched this for the draft. I hadn't seen it in forever. I had only seen it once, like over 10 years ago, and I really enjoyed it then. But this rewatch amplified of why this is one of the great movie musicals that we've ever gotten. A Best Picture winner, of course. Won multiple Oscars, was nominated for multiple Oscars, and you know, I was curious to see how I was going to feel about this movie now because I liked it when I saw it years ago, but I wasn't sure how it was going to sit with me because you know how whenever you watch a film that's so beloved and acclaimed and then you watch it so many years later, you're like, well, it's good, but is it really that good? No, it's that good of a movie. Everything, like, I don't even know what I'm going to add to this conversation that hasn't been added already. There's a reason why this film is so celebrated and beloved. And my favorite thing about the film are the performances. I think everyone is great in this. I don't know who my favorite performer in it is, though, because I love every performance equally. And, like, Richard Gere, Renee Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Queen Latifah, John C. Reilly, everybody brings their A game. Ron Marshall directed this. This was his first feature film. And I mean, what a debut. If your debut is Chicago, like, good luck to a lot of the other filmmakers trying to make films out there because this is a hell of a debut. And, you know, I mean, the fact that he directed a film for the first time and it won Best Picture at the Oscars, that's a huge achievement. It's a huge, huge achievement. But there's so much to love about this movie. The period, the costumes, the music, of course, the choreography, the editing is so frenetic. It goes so quickly. When I watched it the other day, I'm like, that's it? It's over? Like, it went so quick. I was so engrossed and so hooked. And it's one of the great Best Picture winners of the century so far, I would say. I think this is one that if you were to ask a lot of people that are passionate about the awards, I'm sure there's people out there that wouldn't have given this Best Picture. But I haven't really come across a lot of people that are anti-Chicago winning Best Picture. So, yeah, it's a fantastic film. It's great. Yeah, that's it. That's all I could say.
Yep.
Yep. I know you said you can't pick a favorite performance, but what you meant to say was Catherine Zeta-Jones, right?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
She's the best performance. No, you're absolutely right that everyone is great, but
It's
she is just
neck and
another
neck
level to me.
between her and Renee. I think Renee is unbelievable in this.
Yeah, it's the performances are just so good. Yeah, the music itself is just so great and could easily get screwed up in an adaptation because it's so reliant on like, you know, the shifting nature of like what's a performance, what's, you know, going on in their head, that sort of slippery sort of idea with a musical that it can go really wrong when it's coming to the screen because it's so much more literal.
But they adapted
this
it
was
perfectly.
perfect, yeah.
I mean, like, it's a pretty
Yeah.
perfect adaptation and everything. Like, it
Yeah,
works
it
so
really is.
good on its own, and yeah.
Yeah, Cell Block Tango, just that has every community theater in a chokehold. Everybody wants to do some version of that. Every show choir.
How many
It's so
Oscars
good.
was it nominated for? Let's see. It was nominated for 13 Oscars,
Wow.
and it won 6. Won picture. Catherine Zeta-Jones won supporting actress, art direction, costume design, editing, and sound. And four of the 5 performers that I brought up were nominated for Oscars. Queen Latifah and Catherine were both in supporting actress. John C. Reilly in supporting actor, and Renee in lead actress. I would have nominated Richard Gere personally. I think Richard Gere would probably be my least favorite of the 5, but I think he does a great job in this as well. John C. Reilly honestly might be close. I think he's pretty underrated
So
in
good.
this.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, he might be he might be my favorite performance. I think that he's fantastic. But also, I really love Renee Zellweger in this movie.
She's
Yeah.
so good.
I think she's so delightful. Yeah, I was in Chicago in high school, so I'm very pro
Nice.
this movie. I'm very pro this show. I think it's really fun. What more is there to say?
What more is there to say? All right, now we're going back to Morgan for their next pick.
All right, so this feels fairly easy for me. This is the one that I wanted, and I want this if only to get more eyes on this movie. So in comedy, I'm going to be taking Top Hat.
Oh, I've seen this has been on my list, but have not seen it.
Incredible. This is Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, 1935, directed by Mark Sandrich. This is real simple, real light on plot, but when I said earlier that that the movies were made so that Fred and Ginger could dance, this is what I'm talking about. The cheek-to-cheek sequence in this movie is absolutely sublime. There is nothing like it. It is the reason that we have movies, it's the reason that we have music, it's the reason that we have the dance. It's a wonderful love story. It's beautiful, it's swelling, it's gorgeous. It makes me believe in love just watching the two of them dance that number. And then this is also an incredibly funny movie. It makes me laugh so hard. You have rounding out the performances are Edward Everett Horton, who is just incredible. I love him so much. And then Eric Blore as his valet, and Helen Broderick, Eric Rhodes as Berini. It's full of all of these people from this Astaire and Rogers RKO company. If you're familiar with that company, you'd recognize all of these players. But the thing is, probably most people have not seen this movie, and I highly encourage people to seek it out because it is gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's hard for me to describe how funny it is. I'm just kind of it is. It has the screwball pacing that if you love screwballs, you're going to love this movie. It's available on VOD in most places, but it isn't available on home video, which is it pains me. I don't know why it isn't. Most of their other films, most of Astaire and Rogers' other collaborations are, and for whatever reason, Top Hat isn't. I would like to talk to Mr. Criterion. I don't know why Swing Time is in the collection and Top Hat isn't, because I think Top Hat is just a superior film.
Mr. Criterion, please, my family's dying.
Mr. Criterion, please, we're adding in, you have all the money from putting in the Demon Hunters.
The next time
Can
that
we
the
put in
Criterion
Top Hat?
Closet, the next time the Criterion Closet comes to New York, you gotta race your way and just tell someone that.
I will be please, put it in. Surely, because the baffling part, I can't get into licensing stuff. This is just Top Hat's a perfect movie. It's a beautiful film. It's the reason that we invented the movie musical. And on top of Cheek to Cheek, which is what the movie's most known for, there's also incredible Footlight and Fancy Free. There's a great tap dancing sequence where Fred Astaire is tap dancing on sand so that it's quiet and it's beautiful to watch. It's just everyone should go watch Top Hat. And that's my pick for comedy.
I'm
moving up
going
on
to
my
be
list.
adding it to the watch list right now.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's on literally every place that you can get for VOD. It's also on the Internet Archive. If you would like to not pay for it, because it's from 1935, the copyright is lapsed. Which should make it easy for it to be available on home video, but what can you do?
Cool. All right. Moving on to my last two picks. I guess the order doesn't matter, but I'll just go for Disney first. So you both have had your picks already, and neither of you picked an animated movie, so I do feel as though I have to represent.
It was tough not
It's
picking
tough,
an animated film.
Yeah, it feels really wrong.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like its own genre unto itself. Obviously, all of the High School Musical movies are very important to me, but yeah, I'm going, even among the animated movies, there are like a solid maybe 3 or 4 that
We
I'm
may
just
have to do a
so-
Disney movie draft at some point.
we could, yeah, we definitely
that
could.
may have to happen at some point.
I think I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm picking. There's probably one that I like better as a movie, but I'm gonna pick this one for its musical properties. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Little Mermaid.
Yep, that's the
Nice.
right,
Yep.
that's the right answer.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that I have both Beauty and the Beast and Moana. I probably edge a little bit over Little Mermaid as a movie, but I'm like musical wise, kind of the 1-2 punch of like Part of Your World and Under the Sea.
Howard
is-
Ashman.
Howard Ashman,
baby.
Alan Menken. Yeah, it's just unrivaled. Like probably the best I Want song, and then the best like group
Yeah.
number.
Yep.
Like it's
Yeah.
that's just unmatched. Yeah, there's not too much to say about it. I obviously loved it as a kid. I grew up with it. It's stuck around forever. It's I was visiting with my cousin a few months ago who has young kids, and like they loved it. Like kids under 2 are like, this is still totally works for them. This is still like completely
As it should.
captivates. Yeah, it's just, I mean, Ariel, her hair, beautiful. Sebastian, hilarious. Music, unrivaled. Yeah, it's Little Mermaid.
Ursula, all-timer villain.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Poor Unfortunate Souls,
Didn't
man.
mention Poor
Oh.
Unfortunate Souls is the songs. Yeah, absolutely. One of the best villain songs. Yeah, it's just like superlatives all the way down.
Exactly.
it's incredible. It's one that I grew up loving as well. My appreciation definitely grew for it as I got older and everything, which happened with a lot of these Disney animated films. Like, I loved them growing up, but then when I got older and I had kind of distanced myself from them for years and revisited them and just appreciating them in a new way, that was what happened with me and Little Mermaid. I think that the director pairing of John Musker and Ron Clements, they've made a lot of my favorite Disney movies. I mean, just like reading their filmography, this is what they made together: The Great Mouse Detective, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, Treasure Planet, The Princess and the Frog, and Moana.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Good shit. Good shit.
All good movies, every single one of them. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to add about Little Mermaid. The songs, the animation, the voice performances, everything's incredible.
It's all singular.
I think Pat Carroll as Ursula is one of the great Disney voice performances of all
Definitely.
time. So, yeah, it's incredible. And of course, Jodie Benson as Ariel is magical. And I love that they got her to play Barbie in Toy Story. I think that's great too.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, my last pick, wild card. I think I am just gonna go with something that is classic, well known. Like, this movie is kind of tied with Grease for just most like lives within me. Like, has always been a part of my media diet. I'm gonna go with The Wizard of Oz.
Great choice. Great
Pretty big,
choice.
pretty big movie, pretty big
Needed.
musical.
It would be kind of
It's
bad if
just-
none of us drafted that in.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, like Grease, I dressed up as Sandy and everything. My room, Wizard of Oz. I had my ruby slippers. I asked people to call me Dorothy for a while there. We were delusional, but we were having fun. It was fine. Yeah, this is, it's Wizard of Oz. The Technicolor, the Judy Garland, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I mean, you know it, you love it. It's fantastic. Do you both have a strong relationship to it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, core movie growing up.
Yeah.
One of my favorite theater going experiences of the last few years, I went to the Nighthawk to watch it on a film print like about 2 years ago. And what I loved about that experience was that there were parents bringing their children to watch it for the first time.
Oh, so cool.
And just like seeing the look on their face, the awe and the terror as well, because the movie, even
It's scary,
for me
yeah.
as someone
It's
who's an
scary.
adult, it's a very scary movie. But it's great. I mean, this is one of those. There are always films that people think about. It's like, if you don't like this, what is wrong with you? This is one of those films where if you don't like Wizard of Oz, then I don't even know what to say to you.
Yep.
It's incredible.
That's
And there's
what I
been so
want.
many adaptations of it too. Like this story has been adapted to screen so many times. I mean, like, of course, Wicked. You know, we had Wicked recently. The Muppets Wizard of Oz, which is
Yeah,
something that exists.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah,
Quentin
they're-
Tarantino's cameo, phenomenal.
Yep. Great stuff.
They're direct like adaptations and spin-offs like that, but it's also just like it created like a structure like that other movies just sort of take inspiration from, and
Yeah.
it's such a journey, and it's based on the book, but it's very different and kind of goes its own way. So yeah, it's one of the biggest movies in Hollywood history probably.
One of the all-timers.
Victor Fleming directed it, and this was the same year that Gone with the Wind came out, which is kind of insane to think that he directed these two very influential films that are so different from one
It
another.
was-
Was he really
39 as a
directing
whole
Gone
was
with
a
the
huge
Wind?
year.
Yeah, was he really directing Gone with the Wind?
Oh yeah, that's right. I've heard many stories about that. I forget about that constantly and everything. That Gone with the Wind, admittedly, is not one of my favorite films, but
I don't think anybody's out here stumping for Gone with the Wind in the year of our Lord 2026.
I'm sure there's somebody, but for us, no. But that's a great pick, Veronica. Honestly, I'm gonna just say it right now. I think Veronica has it in the bag.
I love my list.
You're doing a great job. I think I'm still maintaining I want to be right. I don't want
Fair.
to have the best. I don't want to win. I would like to be right. And so I'm going to continue.
I am so like this is the one that I've been most curious to hear what Morgan picks.
For my wild card. Okay,
Oh,
so I think
100%.
this might be able to be vetoed, and I will accept a veto, and I will add in something else.
Okay.
In my wild card pick, I would like to take original cast album Company. D.A. Pennebaker's documentary about the making of the original cast album for Company.
You know what? The whole point of wild card is to go wild and against the
Yeah.
grain. So we are going to allow it. And if Veronica
it wasn't
says
in
no,
wild card-
I'm going to allow it.
No, if it was in anything other than wild card, maybe not. But
Yeah, this
it's
is why
wild
I was
card.
like, I'm putting it in wild card.
This is a very like Morgan pick.
It's such a fucking Morgan pick. This was my Halloween costume this year. My Halloween costume this year was Roy Scheider as Joe Gideon in All That Jazz.
I
I
need to see this pick.
It's on my Instagram. Me and my co-hosts for my show Anatomy of an Oscar, we went as 3 different Roy Scheiders, and we came in second place at Nighthawk. Dean
So
was Roy
good.
Scheider in Sorcerer, and Claire, our third was Roy Scheider as Chief Brody in Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
We came in second at Nighthawk's Halloween party
That's
costume
amazing.
contest.
Amazing.
But my first costume, also with Dean, was Stephen Sondheim 36 hours into recording the original cast album in Company, and Dean was, of course, Elaine Stritch, 36 hours into recording the original cast album
Amazing.
for Company. This is an incredible documentary. So this is D.A. Pennebaker, the legendary documentarian, filmed the process of recording the cast album for the aforementioned Stephen Sondheim musical company. And it is unbelievable. I don't even know how to describe it because it is just like something you have to watch. There is so much work that goes into just trying to get Elaine Stritch to sing Ladies Who Lunch. It kind of feels like they never leave the room. Sondheim is... It's like one of the few moments of like recorded Sondheim footage where you're like, oh yeah, like he was gay. Like he's just like letting himself kind of like just be a little gay with it. But he's also just like so annoyed. He's chain smoking like nobody's ever seen anybody chain smoke before. He is manipulating every single woman in the room to get him to sing the music as he wrote it, which is so funny. There's numerous times where he stops somebody and is like, well, yeah, so you've actually been singing it wrong this entire time. And they're like, no, I haven't. And he's like, no, you have. It's great. Pennybaker wanted to make like a series of these and he didn't because he had such a bad time making this one. And then of course I think most people know it for the parody from Documentary Now, which is written by John Mulaney, which is the original cast album Co-op. Both original cast album Co-op and original cast album Company with a commentary track from Sondheim are available in the Criterion edition for this movie. I cannot recommend owning this Criterion enough for both of them. Yeah, this is what it's like to try to make a musical, and I think it's perfect. I feel great about my team, guys.
So I hadn't watched it, and when they announced it was coming to Criterion, I blind bought the Criterion.
Oh, it's so good.
And it was one of the easiest 5 stars I ever gave in my life.
It's fantastic.
Because I had heard stories, but I didn't know that they made like a documentary about it. And I wish we got more. It pains me we never got more, but from what we have, it's pretty masterful stuff.
It's even down to like the titling. Like you can tell you wanted to be like original cast album this thing, and instead we just have the one.
Let me ask you this, Morgan. I'm curious to hear your take on this. If they ever were to make like, say they made a movie about the making of Company, who would you want to play Sondheim?
Okay, because it would need to be like young Sondheim at this point. The thing is, it's like Bradley Whitford has aged into Sondheim still.
He has.
Like he just looks more like Sondheim, which is so funny to me.
Rewatching Tick Tick Boom the other day, it's very uncanny how the resemblance. It's
I was
very
watching
uncanny.
him on Colbert like yesterday, and I was like, he just looks like Steve now. Young Sondheim is so hard because he has such a specific look to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm bad at this kind of game. I'm bad at this, like, who do I want to cast to do somebody else? I'm like, oh, that's not my job. My job is to, like, sit here and judge.
Veronica, have you seen this original cast album?
I have not. No, I know of it, but yeah, I will. I'll add that to the list.
I showed this to my dad once, and he was, like, so enraptured by it, and then we discovered, like, still, because this was when it was on the channel, and it might still be on the channel, that, like, with the channel, they also have, like, the commentary tracks. Mm-hmm. And so we discovered that the commentary tracks are, like, also on Criterion. And so we finished the first one. We discovered that, like, we just finished watching it. We discovered that Sondheim did the commentary track. So we just started the movie over again with the Sondheim commentary track, and we just watched it back to back.
Amazing.
All right, Brian, you got your last pick?
All right, last pick.
A lot of heaters still on the board.
Like hundreds.
I know. I kept adding stuff during our discussion. I was like, oh yeah, that movie.
There's so many to choose from. But I'm going to go with another film that is in my top 4 favorite films of all time. I am going to go with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in Wild Card. This is another film that is very near and dear to me, means the absolute world to me. This is one that I watched on loop constantly growing up. My dad, who I said at the top, hates musicals. This was one that he watched constantly growing up. My grandfather, who passed a few years ago, reminded me so much of Grandpa Joe. The resemblance that it was very like, yes, I know there's a lot of pieces online about how Grandpa Joe is a villain, essentially, and everything. And I remember when I first heard that, I'm like, what? And then someone told me why that was, and I'm like, well, when you put it that way, it makes sense. But my grandfather reminded me so much of Grandpa Joe. Like, oh boy. So to tell you the truth, I mean, I'm stumped even thinking of something to even say about this movie because it means the absolute world to me. I adore this film with every fiber of my being. Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka is one of the greatest castings that we have ever been graced with. He is so mysterious. He is so hilarious. The dry delivery, the very wacko energy that he brings, it's such a multi-layered performance where he does so much, and it's so brilliant. And he doesn't even come into the movie until halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
and he steals the entire thing. Like, he's the titular role, and we don't see him until halfway through the film, and he just brings it all. Like, he is firing on all cylinders. All the kids are great, and of course, bringing up Jack Albertson as Grandpa Joe is wonderful. All the parents are great as well. This movie has so many lines that stay with me all the time, and a lot of it is because of how Gene Wilder delivers them. They may not necessarily be funny lines, but it's just the way that he says them are so good. Like, help, police, murder.
Oh no, don't.
Because that doesn't go to the fudge room.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I said good day.
Day.
Impossible, my dear lady. That's absurd. Unthinkable. I'm sorry, but all questions must be submitted in writing.
I think I need to rewatch this movie.
It's endlessly rewatchable. It's such a quick watch too. It's only 90 minutes long, and
Really? Jeez.
I love the songs too. I think, like, you know, when you think of musicals, this isn't one that a lot of people think of because yes, there's singing in it, but it's not like your conventional musical like a lot of the ones that we drafted today, where people literally break out into full dance numbers and they're doing all this choreography and everything. But
And it's such a like fantasy already. Like the songs just kind of like fit right in.
exactly.
You get all those Oompa Loompa songs that are so fun.
All those Oompa Loompa songs. You get one of the most terrifying sequences in film history in the tunnel.
There's no earthly way of knowing.
He's singing again. Oh, it's so good. Shout out Mr. Salt. He's fantastic. I want to
rewatch
go
this
in.
movie.
Don't you dare stop me. I'm only trying to help you, sweetheart. Veruca, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. And Pure Imagination is one of my favorite songs ever. And I know that Roald Dahl, who obviously wrote the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book, he wasn't really a fan of this adaptation and everything. There was a lot of production issues that went down when they were making this movie.
You can join Stephen King.
Yeah. Like in terms of like the movies are better than your written material. But yeah, this is a personal favorite of mine. It's very high up for me. My appreciation is, I look at it differently now ever since my grandfather passed away a few years ago. It's just such a very personal watch for me. And it's also just one of the go-to comfort movies for me. Anytime I feel down, anytime I'm just really gutted and everything, I put this on and it just brings me back up. And I love the ending too. The ending is incredible. But yeah, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the definitive Willy Wonka movie for me, and I have to get that out there. I have to get that out there right now, because I don't care if Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is more faithful to the book, and I don't care if Timothée Chalamet is in Wonka. I don't give a fuck. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the best Willy Wonka movie, and it is the definitive Willy Wonka movie for me. So that's all I have to say about it. What do you guys think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, definitely one of those like childhood classics that just carries over into adulthood, and you're like, yeah, this is just as good as I always thought.
A delightful movie. I used to have like the classic comfort necklace that had it's a Pure Imagination on it. That was very. The book is very special to me. Roald Dahl and all of his faults aside, the book is very special to me. So this movie is very special to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 55 years old this year.
Wow,
it's crazy.
I saw it on Broadway several years ago with Christian Borle as Willy Wonka, and it was like they went for like a minimalist thing on stage, and I was like, this is the last thing that you would ever want to do that for. It's like very underwhelming.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I just wish I had done a little more. It wasn't open very long.
It was not. I think it was open for like 2 months.
Yeah, I heard the Broadway show was pretty bad. I heard nothing but bad things about it. So I'm glad that I had missed out on that one.
Yeah, I think the best version of it is definitely this movie by far.
100%. Nothing. No one will ever top Gene Wilder. No one will ever top Gene Wilder for what he did.
Yeah.
I'll defend.
I do like Wonka, as its own thing though.
I like Wonka as well, but again, you can't top what Gene Wilder did.
You're right. Yeah, Veronica, like you do have to think of it as its own thing. Even though like when they do play Pure Imagination, got me a little teared up.
Yeah, that's.
But you can't think of it as its like as it's a thing that is connected to
Yeah,
any of
in
the other
conversation
movies.
with like
No,
Gene
that's
Wilder's
that's a
performance.
that's a good point. That's a good point. I do
You just
love
have to think of him as live action Paddington. That's how I do it.
I like Timothy's delivery of some lines in that movie where he's like, "I'm making chocolate, of course."
Making a chocolate. He's so good. He's so good in that movie. I love his interview recently where he was like, "Yeah, Wonka was like a bold career move for me." And I was like, "Sure it was, dog. I love
Didn't
you.
he?
Love you
Didn't
in your
he speak
mind."
to a kid and he was like, the kid's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Wonka." He's like, "Oh, was I good in it?" And he was like, "No, I didn't see it."
He's a special one, especially on a
man.
press tour.
Man,
Love him. Love him.
oh man, but those are our teams.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Should we run them
we
down?
obviously have a lot of honorable mentions to probably mention and everything.
So
But
many.
before we do that, let's just recap our team. So I'm gonna go first. So my team was for comedy, Singing in the Rain; for drama, All That Jazz; for Oscar nom, Tick Tick Boom; for Disney, The Muppets; for Broadway, Chicago; and for Wildcard, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Morgan, what was your team?
In drama, I have An American in Paris. In Disney, I have Mary Poppins. In Broadway, I have Little Shop of Horrors. In Oscar nom, I have Inside Llewyn Davis. In comedy, I have Top Hat. And in Wildcard, I have original cast album Company.
As you should. I have Cabaret in drama, Hairspray in comedy, West Side Story, Spielberg's version, in Oscar nom, Grease in Broadway, The Little Mermaid in Disney, and The Wizard of Oz in Wild Card.
Yeah, I feel like Veronica's gonna take it.
Yeah, I
You've got a
think
great
so
team.
too.
You got a
I think so
populace
too.
team.
I played with my head and my heart.
Smart.
I mean, I love all these teams. I'm very excited to watch Top Hat and An American in Paris. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to watch both of those movies.
I hope your listeners watch these movies. That's all I can hope.
I hope so too. I hope the listeners watch a bunch of things. Like Veronica and I always plead that the listeners actually watch the things that we talk about. So we're just hoping that they actually go forward and do it. And I'm so excited to watch Cabaret in a few weeks. I'm so excited. to
That would
Yeah,
be really
you've
cool.
got a lot of blind spots to catch up on, my friend.
I do, and I'm very excited. So, okay, honorable mentions. I'm gonna quickly breeze through mine, and then you guys can gush about all the ones that you have. Okay.
My 75 plus movie list.
Okay, honorable mentions. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
I had that.
South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Again, if we had
I
done,
wanted
if
to
we
watch that before.
if we had done original song, I would say Blame Canada. Great choice for original song.
I almost put that for Oscar nom. I almost did that because it would have been a baller pick, but then I'm like, I want to nominate Tick Tick Boom though. Like I have to mention that film. Cyrano, which is a super underrated film that nobody talks about. Disappointingly
Yeah, I love that.
Love that film. Dreamgirls, I really, really liked. I revisited that for this podcast. Sound of Music, one of the iconic movie musicals, Best Picture winner, of course. Julie Andrews. The fact that she did both Mary Poppins and Sound of Music back to back, that's pretty based in my opinion. Moulin Rouge. I'm not really a Baz Luhrmann fan, but I do really like Moulin Rouge, mainly because of the chemistry between Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor.
Unmatched.
A Hard Day's Night.
That's such a good pick. Oh my god.
I almost put that in for Oscar nom because it was nominated for screenplay. Shout out to the grandfather in that film. Phenomenal performance.
That's Paul's grandfather.
And then a whole bunch of Disney films. Lion King, Aladdin,
So many.
Enchanted was right there. That I almost picked that for Disney because, you know, we gushed about James Marsden's performance in Hairspray. He might even be better in Enchanted.
He's better in Enchanted. See, I held off talking about him in Enchanted because he does that in the same year because I thought that it was like there was a high chance somebody would draft it.
There's a moment in that movie, I'll be quick with this, where they're in the hotel room and Nathaniel is just like, "Sire, do you like yourself?" And Edward's like, "What's not to like?" And then he just does this like big gleeful
Yeah.
smile.
He's so good. It's such a good James Marsden performance.
I like get it stuck in my head, him just being like, Giselle.
And then him getting
Crazy good.
ran by the pikes.
Oh, it's so good.
We need to realize that James Marsden needs to like do more things. And like
I've been saying that we're underutilizing him for years.
Yeah, he needs a
we've been
renaissance.
underutilizing him forever. And listen, I'm so excited that he's coming back as Cyclops. I can't wait to see what he does with that.
I'm not, but that's fine.
I'm just excited to see him play that character again.
He's not going to sing in it, so.
You know what?
Fucking
I'm waiting for the
we
day
can't.
when he's in a musical again. What else? Let's see. Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
great one. Great choice.
In the Heights, that's another one for me. Rocket Man, which is probably the. Okay, I have to preface this right now. I'm not a humongous Elton John fan. I like his music, but I've never like loved him. But I do really love that movie, and Taron Egerton should have been nominated for the Oscar, considering that the year before a shitty music biopic performance
Yeah.
won the Oscar.
I think that burned him, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you give that performance an award, but you don't nominate Taron Egerton, who one gave a great performance and two did his actual own saying. Come on, like what are we doing? And School of Rock.
School of Rock. That's a great pick. Great pick.
School of Rock. Linklater is my guy. Jack Black, phenomenal performance. Ned Schneebly, wonderful character, and Joan Cusack should have won supporting actress for that film.
She's fantastic.
The Stevie Nicks scene alone should have been that's it.
Yep.
And that's it for me. Friends, honorable mentions.
So many. Okay, just quickly, Bye Bye Birdie, huge for me.
Great one.
And Margaret, and that is crazy. Both Mammas Mia.
Both Mamma Mias.
One and two. One and Here We Go Again. So good. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, another childhood classic for me.
Got that on here.
Let's see. You mentioned Dreamgirls. Listen, I haven't seen it in a long time. I loved it when I was a kid. I used to really like 9. It's probably just that I like the soundtrack. I know that the movie is probably not that good.
Rob Marshall.
Yeah, which, he definitely peaked with Chicago, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. We have,
I can't believe Daniel Day-Lewis was in a musical. That's just so funny to me. I haven't seen it. Admittedly, I haven't seen it, but
I got kind of hooked on it when it came out.
I haven't seen 8 and a Half. I haven't seen that, so that's the main reason why I haven't seen 9.
Yeah.
But.
Oh my god! And then Disney. Yeah, there is. I kind of like Lady and the Tramp as like a classic. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Mulan, Frozen.
Yep.
All High School Musicals. Encanto, I really like.
Encanto.
And then I have a few dishonorable mentions, which are ones that
we've never done this.
I have feelings. Both of them. I love the musical, the stage version, and I was not happy with the adaptation.
Ooh, hit us.
You mentioned it in your honorable mentions, Brian. I don't like In the Heights.
Really?
Really?
And I get it. Like I was in that show in high school. That was my senior show. I feel very I love it so much. So
I saw that production. I did see that production.
Thank you. You're a fan. Thank you. It's I just didn't like a lot of the changes that they made. They cut out characters. They changed songs. They make Nina and Benny like barely characters.
Nina and Benny are barely characters in that.
They get so underserved in that, and so I was not happy with that. And I think this one is more widely accepted. I don't like Into the Woods, even though I love the musical.
I'm not a big fan of Into the Woods either.
Yeah. Bad.
Yep. Those are my dishonorables.
Okay, let me run through. Like I said, I do have a list of 75, so we'll steamroll some. So like you already mentioned, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Into the Woods, Boom Boom, The Gay Divorcee, another Fred Rogers, and, I always say Fred Rogers, not another Rogers and Astaire movie. Meet Me in St. Louis, I don't know how we didn't do Meet Me in St. Louis.
It's not my favorite. I know it's like such a classic. The songs are great.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, both of you. Watch Meet Me in St. Louis. West Side Story, 61, obviously. Jesus Christ, Superstar, huge. Robert Altman's Nashville.
My mom loves that movie. She loves that movie.
Robert Altman's Nashville, fucking
one of the greatest movies ever made.
John Carney's
Lily Tomlin, Morgan.
Lily Tomlin in Nashville, exactly. I gotta speed run through these though. So Robert Altman's Nashville, John Carney's Once, Sing Street, both of those, all of John Carney's movies, love them. La La Land, which we didn't mention, just that's there. High School Musicals, like we said, Tom Hooper's Les Miserables. You want to talk about bad stage adaptations? Right there. The Disney Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, 1950, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Rent, once again, bad stage adaptation. Sweet Charity, we said both of the Mamma Mias. The Color Purple from just 2 years ago, fantastic. Wonka, again, boom, banger. White Christmas, Carousel, Paint Your Wagon, Enchanted, which we mentioned, Footlight Parade, great movie, Babes in Arms, weird movie, both Wickeds, sure, whatever, bad stage adaptations, The Wiz, again, weird movie that I watched for the first time, weird. In the Heights, which we talked about, both The Young Girls of Rochefort and The Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
How did I forget Young Girls? Oh my god.
Yep, exactly. Just gotta throw those out there. All French New Wave movies should look really gorgeous, have Technicolor dance sequences, and then also end with knife murder. Matilda the musical, fantastic. Loved Matilda the musical. You mentioned Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Really, really had that in my comedy section for a long time. Cinderella, 1997, beautiful banger, love it. Did either one of you see The Kiss of the Spider Woman? You want to talk about? We don't get on
The new
that.
one, yes.
No, I didn't.
There we go.
See it.
Veronica,
I really liked it, yeah.
Friendship ended with Bryan. Veronica, my new best friend.
I've been promoted.
Yep. Moana, like we talked about. Fiddler on the Roof, tradition. Moulin Rouge, which we mentioned. Mulan, Frozen. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. How do we go without this mentioning Snow White and the Seven Dwarves? Kneecap from just a couple years ago.
Love
banger.
Kneecap.
Irish cinema. Tommy, banger, weird fucking movie. Love Tommy though.
Being re-released in theaters soon.
I know. I'm gonna try to see it. The Bandwagon, The Pirate. You want to talk about sexy Gene Kelly? The Pirate. He's so hot in The Pirate. The Little Prince, Bob Fosse doing whatever he wants in that movie as the Snake. My dad would kill me if I did not mention that I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. That's Jimmy Cagney's Oscar win for playing George M. Cohan. Annie, which we mentioned, Annie, Going My Way, Ziegfeld Follies, The Broadway Melody, 1933, Best Picture winner. That's a weird movie. That's a weird one. Gigi, another weird one, another Best Picture winner. My Fair Lady, which we mentioned. Sound of Music, which we mentioned. Dr. Dolittle. Any of you seen Dr. Dolittle?
Oh, no, I haven't.
You're missing out on Rex Harrison telling a snail. What is the exact? He said Rex Harrison is lovingly cradling a seal, and he says, I'm gonna butcher the lyric, but he says, "You're so perfect, you're so fair. Isn't it a pity that you're a seal?" And he's serenading a seal, and then he throws the seal off the cliff. It's an incredible stuff. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Oliver, Best Picture winner. Hello Dolly, what a movie. Continuing with our Babs, Funny Girl, and then we of course have Pal Joey. We have the aforementioned Everybody's Talking About Jamie, The Muppet Movie 1979, Oklahoma, Victor and Victoria, 42nd Street, Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom of the Opera, and like you said, School of Rock.
I forgot to mention Sweeney Todd. That was the first R-rated movie that I ever saw. When I saw it when it came out. I think that movie is great personally, but I'm not a big Tim Burton guy, but that's like up there for Tim Burton ones for me.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I think I liked it.
It's fun.
Love Alan Rickman as Judge Turpin.
Yep.
All right, well, that concludes our draft of movie musicals. So much. Be sure to vote on our Twitter and our Instagram.
And with that is a wrap on today's episode of Some Like It Real. Thank you for joining us for this movie draft. If you're interested in following along our journey, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Brian Sutfield.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Vero Albarella and on Letterboxd at Alba_real_A.
And massive, massive, massive thank you to Morgan for joining us today. Morgan, we loved having you on. This was so much fun.
I've had so much fun.
So glad to hear that.
We talked about the slap. We talked about Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. We really went out there.
We ran the gamut.
I had a feeling that this was going to be great as soon as Morgan signed up for this draft. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. So Morgan, where could the listeners find you?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere at Beaker Barnes. That's Beaker like the assassin, Barnes like or not Beaker like the assassin, Beaker like the Muppet, Barnes like the assassin.
I was about to say, like, hello.
It's okay,
something we don't know about Beaker.
I'm anywhere and everywhere at Beaker Barnes. It's Beaker like the Muppet, Barnes like the assassin. You can listen to my 2 podcasts, my Oscar autopsy podcast, Anatomy of an Oscar, which I host with my aforementioned friends and future friends of the pod, I hope, Dean Coburn and Claire Lewis. Over there we do Oscar cold cases. When is this coming out?
Monday.
Okay, so we should have an episode coming out same day, or at least tomorrow, about our awards predictions for this upcoming Oscars 2026. We just wrapped up our coverage of the, what did we just do? Of 2018. of I was like, what did I just do? Of 2018, because we are prepping.
You blocked it out probably.
I did, because I had to think about those 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. And we're about to start covering 1997, so that'll be fun. It's Fargo year and the English Patient year. But you can also really go listen to my eldest child, my other podcast, Mutant Studies 101, which is where I talk about the X-Men. And I have a favorite child, and it is Mutant Studies. Sorry. But yeah, go listen to Mutant Studies 101. Go listen to Anatomy of an Oscar. Follow me everywhere. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on. Go give Morgan a follow. Links will be in the description. And you can follow the show on all socials at Some Like It Real, as well as on YouTube at Some Like It Real. Be sure to subscribe and share it around, and tune in every Monday for a new episode of Some Like It Real on podcast platforms.
We'll see you next time.